Alright, that should do it. Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Speeds. Hello, Gabriel L. Hello, Emion. Welcome back to the Shade Chamber.
Hello.
There is no escape. Quietly.
Right in the middle of
Hello,
dogfight.
Dogfight has been my sound test, and I think I am going to lower the game volume once I get out of here.
Illusion shattered.
Adios. Okay. How are the game levels? Should I turn them down a bit? I might. Hey, Cybic. Welcome, welcome. How is your Saturday? It's about to get worse.
Yeah, what a quest to choose to stream.
I actually was like, God, I hope that the strike happens soon, because otherwise I will have to play this, and I don't want the only 2 streams that I've ever done to be like segments that I hate. But really batting for this, I guess.
To be like the worst 2 quests they've done recently.
Oh man.
I mean, I'm like willing to go up to bat for the last summer quest. Not so for this. This is just like such a dip
worse
off compared to like everything.
The last summer event killed me.
I don't know what there's to bat for in the last summer event.
I like the area. I thought the characters were charming enough. I was like, oh yeah, you know, I'm kind of used to the cadence of the game now, where I'm like, this is the last of the like little fluff stuff before we get into the serious stuff. Unfortunately, their idea of serious stuff is the Fortress of Meropide.
Oh god.
So that's where we're at.
Well, fuck me, I guess.
Well, I can't wait to watch Ether have to like carry a mast of a ship with a French flag on it.
Now we're gonna be Les Miserables.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm Javert.
Javert. Like, I've listened to the original cast recording, and when he sings "and I'm Javert," it's like, "and I'm Javert," and I'm like, that's why he says his name like that in Arm Joe.
Javert.
He's like, Javert.
Yeah.
Gabriel L. I like the new region. Oh wait. What's there to say?
About the new region?
Yeah, about the new region.
Oh, I think I liked swimming way more than I thought I would.
Fun. Yeah. Swimming was like, it was the best it could have been in the range of quality that I predicted from it.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, this is better than I expected, but still within what I would have expected.
Yeah, I think underwater combat is still really boring and uninteresting, but the movement feels good, and I think that's kind of the most important aspect right now.
Yeah, I'll say this much for underwater combat. I have never seen a single person solve it ever, including Genshin, which to Genshin's credit, at least they keep it snappy. At least it lasts like maybe a fourth of the time that regular combat encounters last, so I don't have to think about it a lot.
Yeah.
I would say like slightly better than fine. Where they really excel is the animation blending and how characters just move seamlessly through swim states.
Mm-hmm.
Like as you turn and pivot and stuff. It's like that really caught my eye the first time I swam. Also, I feel like there needs to be as much stuff to pick up along the seafloor as there is just in the overworld. Like, I just want to be grabbing like seaweed
No, I'll say this.
and stuff and like stuffing it in my pocket.
No, less things to pick up, more hoops to fly through. Star Fox was like, hey, you know what's really fun with flying? Flying through hoops. And occasionally underwater has it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's the other thing, just making sure that everything is sort of lane-based underwater and that it's not just a big open pit, basically. There's kind of trenches to go through, and that's to the game's credit.
Yeah, they've done a really good job of putting like interesting landmarks underwater so that you feel like you're actually discovering new things and it's not just like one long like trench, basically.
I do wish you could move a little faster, a little bit more freely.
Hey, guess what Nurble does?
I know what Nurble do.
Just pay out your hard-earned shekels to get the
you know what
Steam Dragon.
You know what Nurble does? He doesn't visit me.
I'm so sorry. He'll get there. He's just too busy tasting water.
Oh god, yeah. The taint patch Emion is so annoying.
We noticed that the first day.
Yep.
It's like, hey, wait a minute.
Yep.
What's going on over there?
Like,
it looks so stupid, and like Candace, it kind of blends in with the rest of her attire, but some people like it's ridiculous.
When I realized the first day like what happened and why they had to do it, I was just like, oh my god. Yeah, of course this would happen.
mm-hmm.
But it's like, it's the stupidest way of doing it. I feel like if it was distorted, but it wasn't tinted blue, it would look a lot better.
Yeah.
It's just like, but even the characters with like shorts on, it's, I think lately we've just had this kind of like soul reckoning discussion of what age bracket is this really for, and are we playing a game for babies?
And I think we're playing a game for babies a little bit.
I think we are, yeah.
We're getting closer to, we're playing a baby game in our 30s.
Yeah.
God damn it.
The real big problem I have with swimming is the non-Fontaine characters can't jump out of the water like Free Willy, and I think that's a problem.
Yeah. I think it's a huge value loss.
I didn't notice the aiming bit. If you aim, it disappears.
God.
Yeah,
I loved the world quests in 4.0. I thought they were all absolutely fucking bangers.
Yeah.
I think
I loved the Melazine. I loved the Mafia shenanigans.
They really had like the potato chip effect of making you want to play further into all of them. They were just really self-propelled. Yeah. I'm not sure about 4.1 because I haven't encountered like any real bangers as far as world quests go, but the 4.0 ones were all just really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, you think Kokomi would be able to hop out?
It is ridiculous. Let her yump.
Yeah.
Is it a weird choice or is it a marketing ploy?
Or is it a hardware limitation? That's the other thing.
I feel like if one character can do it, then everyone can.
I mean, it's just, well, I was about to say it's just a matter of the character model, but I realized that certain characters have like various flowy bits that operate on their on their engine that maybe if they did yump out, it could break some stuff.
Maybe, yeah. That'd be really interesting to look into. Yeah, King Alex, I really love how they're connected. It's a lot like what I really liked about Inazuma's lore, which is a lot of stuff happened in like the past couple centuries. And so you can kind of build a timeline of like things that happened in the past and major players throughout history. Because I feel like Sumeru and especially Liyue, like all the legends in history are so far in the past that you can't relate them to like the current world of the game. But Inazuma and Fontaine have more recent history.
Bedrock Parts,
so
I don't actually, I haven't seen the world quests over here yet, so we'll look forward to getting into those. But There's been like a couple of little hints, but I'm really waiting for that page 10 to show up.
When's page 10?
Yeah, when's page... Well, where's page 10? I hope people have found it. I haven't found it yet.
Yeah, I still need to do that world quest. I'm kind of behind. Basically, when 4.1 dropped, I just went around exploring the whole region and like getting all the teleport waypoints.
Yeah.
The volume of just shakedowns going on all around Fontaine.
I love the shakedowns in Fontaine. They are all so funny.
I have laughed so hard in all of the world quests. Just
finding Ari buried up to his neck with like a chicken in front of him.
What are these crabs doing? Oh, hello.
It's just like... That was some real environmental storytelling there. I know that they got into it with the dialogue, but just finding that immediately.
The way that the game gives you breadcrumbs to look at from there, and then your eye naturally goes to the two dudes in suits on the hill watching this happen.
The mafia
and
guys.
you're like, oh.
And you talk to them, and they're just like, we're just going for a walk. We don't know what you're talking about. And you're like, but there's a guy buried to his head getting eaten by crabs over there. And they're like, what? On our walking route? How unexpected.
We didn't see that. We probably won't see it.
Yeah.
Just...
All right, so to everyone,
Fontaine is awesome.
To everyone asking about page 10, there are 13 pages that lead to a rather interesting world quest. You can collect 12 of them as of 4.0, and the 10th page, which seems to be the one where everything pops off. Like, you get everything leading up to page 10, and you get everything after page 10. Page 10 is where everything pops off, and it wasn't in the game. They didn't implement it. They're saving it. Like, it was impossible to find as a version 4.0, so I was hoping that this version would have it somewhere in the world, but so far I haven't found it, and I haven't gone to any subreddit or Discord or Twitter with anyone talking about finding it yet.
What's on page 10? What's on page 10?
Play the game and find out.
What?
Yeah.
So... so I just had it in my head. I was like, you know, we are on season break. It would be cool to stream an Archon quest so that people get some fresh reactions. I decided a while ago that I would stream 4.1 because I'm like, that's like the two towers. It's because I kind of like to savor the Archon quests on my own, but like the middle stage is one that like...
It's usually set up.
Yeah, would probably just be more fun in a group anyway. And then the video game writers strike, voice actors strike. Like, the timing was kind of crazy. It looks like that will probably happen, but the important thing is to like keep an eye on SAG-AFTRA's like news outlets. I'm really, really encouraged to see a lot of Genshin creators seem to be taking it really seriously.
Yeah,
I know
nice.
a couple people have like asked us like where to find the SAG info on influencers, like what the protocol kind of really entails. And yeah, I mean, the two or so of you that watched our season finale like kind of know the breakdown of what the writers and now the actors are striking against in terms of like AI clauses, just like more transparent streaming metrics and proportional payout. It's
Emion, it's probably due to them still being in talks. Like, usually they only call a strike if there is absolutely no progress being made and no chance of progress being made, kind of acknowledged by the parties involved. So
talks did run out on Thursday, and they made an announcement about that. But also, like, the entire point of a union is fair worker treatment, so they're not going to give people like homework on the weekend, you know? So if it's not going to happen Friday, it's safe to say that it's not going to happen today or tomorrow. I am also curious, King Alex, if they are going to end up kind of doing more of a first party voice thing. Because I think, and I know I've said this a million times, just like in conversations and on social media, I think Genshin's going to be one of the first productions that reaches an interim agreement, just because Formosa is already so much in the shithouse with Hoyoverse, and Hoyoverse is not going to want their incredibly tight production schedule to be compromised by a strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're optimistic about it.
Yeah.
But obviously, you know, spread the word, make sure people are like aware that this is happening, because, you know, we want to support these people. They make a game that we spend a lot of time in and that we nominally enjoy, and they deserve to be paid. Like, they deserve to be paid a thriving wage, but right now they're just asking for a fucking livable wage.
Yeah.
Exactly. Oh, it's downstairs. My mistake.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, we're just vibing here, not actually offering any good advice. Yeah, go back to the sewers.
When you apologize, you're not... Let's see.
All right, let's get into it.
Back down to Revachol.
Yep, here's the room, and it's empty and waiting for us as promised. Navia is such a good person. Now that the serial disappearances case has been solved, no one's going to come after us for anything.
Wow, I thought Navia was a shady mafia princess, but it turns out she's actually really dependable.
God.
Navia was dependable from moment one. The shady mafia princess came out afterward.
I mean,
she yelled at Frollo. It was awesome.
She yelled at Frollo and then made us macarons.
Even machines of Fontaine
Exactly.
stop and recharge now and then.
Paimon, I haven't played this game in a million weeks.
Come on, this place isn't that bad. Oh,
It's weird. The time scaling on this game is super crazy.
well, the offer
It's super unclear how long after the last Archon quest occurred, because they're acting like this is the same day, and then later on everyone's acting like that happened weeks ago, which it, you know, in real time did. But I really wonder what the intention is, you know, long term.
Right.
It's gonna be weird for someone jumping into this game in 2023 or 2024 where all the content's there, but the text of the game,
I mean,
and
like,
the
we
letters
already
like suggests that this is actually taking place over multiple years.
Yeah, I mean, like, we already went over it
Excuse me, but do you know if
when we
there's
talked
more
about,
Paimon
like,
lodging here?
the interlude where the Jade Chamber gets rebuilt, and when A has her second character quest.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, a new player can just go right into those, like, from the previous steps in those stories.
Who are you?
Time is an illusion. We may all live inside a dream.
Thanks, Ishtaroth.
A blonde
Thanks,
child and a
Sub-Zeros.
chatty little
Thanks, David Bowie, in your 3-minute cameo.
Good thing I asked the Serena di Rosula. Seems they sent me the. Hey, what do you mean by chat? It's an honor to meet you both. I was sent from the Palais Mermonia. Monsieur Norilette wishes to see you. It seems he has something important to discuss in person.
Norvalette.
Nicolette? He wants to see us.
Nervalette.
Nouvillette's drinking game. Drink every time someone says Nouvillette differently. Spoiler, you're only allowed to drink water like Nouvillette intended.
Stay hydrated, kids.
I am not privy to the details. It would be best.
Davot does have its own laws.
If you say so, but
Laws are old men's like soups.
now that I've delivered the message. Thanks! We haven't left the room for a few days, so.
To the stars shining in the depths. There's nothing shining in these
Woo.
depths. I can tell you right now.
Nothing but... Oh no! Norvalette!
Yes, I think I guess too much water is bad, actually.
Don't get hydrated.
Get the
Hydrate
right amount of
responsibly.
hydrate. Yeah.
Well, well, well. If it isn't wet Frollo.
We're here! Did you want to see us about something? Huh? Why were you just standing there?
Yes, I did send someone to fetch you. But as for what I'd like to discuss next, well, I still have some reservations.
Oh, you waste our time too. This is just an old man dragon thing. Thanks.
Mhm.
We've already made the
Maybe
trip
that's like,
here,
I'm
just tell us.
I
really
do believe
concerned. I
something
have this
about
plan
that.
to send you to the worst Archon quest
You should
ever.
wait until after
Even I
check
think
the
it's
details,
unethical.
then decide for yourself
I
whether-
already got yelled at once. I don't really want to get yelled at again.
The situation is this.
It's just like anytime you walk in,
Listen-
he's like, "Oh God, is your blonde friend here?" And like hides behind the desk.
I'm so scared of her.
It has come to my attention that the Snezhnayan harbinger known as the Knave wants a diplomatic.
That whole thing was
meeting with
contingent
you.
on him being like,
Uh,
I thought Kalis was gonna back down. Why didn't he back down? Alright.
Navia uses her Karen powers for
I
good.
heard that she was originally from Fontaine.
I don't like that
Because she
association.
suddenly arrived here and abruptly
I love
requested
it.
such a meeting like this. I sincerely advise you to refuse her invitation outright.
Don't tell me what to do, old man.
I'm sure you're aware that her purpose is most likely related to Child's recent predicament. We convicted one of the Snezhnayan harbingers in a court of law, but we have yet to provide any form of detailed report on the matter. This does indeed provide an opportunity for Snezhnaya to put pressure on us.
The water brat herself.
I believe we should adopt an evasive stance until we can provide a
Le
proper
Goblin.
explanation and have a preliminary
Le
plan on
Goblini.
how to deal with the matter.
No, we shouldn't. I think we should agree to the meeting.
Oh?
Well, you see, we are the ones that owe an explanation. If we keep putting off the meeting, it could easily result in the problem escalating, right?
Now, reminder, I have not done or seen any of this. Also, yes.
It's like a fight between two friends. If they don't agree to see each other and talk in person, isn't it possible that the friendship could end entirely?
Though diplomatic relations between Fontaine and Snezhnaya could be considered as friendly, it is only superficially so. You wouldn't go so far as to say that our nations are friends.
I will refrain from judging it until the end of the AQ. I will say, though, Fiorina's ability to instantly shut down a Fatui threat and show remorse for her actions already puts her in a much more favorable position than A. I also don't know how many children she's ruined.
It was just an analogy.
Moreover, even if we were to talk in person, if we don't have sufficient information prepared,
I think
it's quite possible
one of the
there is
things I
an
really
improvement
love
in the
about
state of
Fiorina is she
relations.
is super chicken shit.
Mhm.
Like, she is all talk and no bite. Like, when she's like, fuck you, child, and child's like, what, you want to go? And she's like, no, 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 no.
I
Yeah,
don't
she's
think
not
we
at that
should
level where she
overthink
can
those
just
possibilities
Smoke
yet.
Rosie.
That's why she keeps
Like-
Nuvalette around.
The divine is
Like,
not
a mortal could
there.
beat her up.
Its wisdom will
She is a
only be
Pomeranian.
revealed with time. Besides, you'll be at the meeting.
Incoming lore
If any
video.
problems do pop up,
Also,
you'll
I
have no
just,
problem
I
navigating
love
them.
those characters like Reagan from Mob Psycho, where they just are so good at spinning and covering their ass. And that is exactly
I
what she
must clarify
does.
that interacting and communicating with people outside of court is not my cup of tea. It seems you think too much of me. But more importantly, when did I agree to join the meeting with you?
You mean you won't come? No, that won't do. I can't go to the meeting alone. You have to accompany me. I must take care of me.
Music.
Lady Farina, could there be something else regarding this matter that is being kept from me?
No, not at all. Look,
She is just what I wanted. This is exactly what I wanted from the Hydro Archon.
Yeah. I'm glad they did a lot of like pre-work setting her up. They had a lot of pent-up energy to use on this character.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it was always clear that like the Hydro Archon is gonna be like the butt monkey comic relief Archon. Oh, we hear. Like, A did co-Archon, and she did win a throne, so I feel like she has some good marks on her record, like, early on, and then just fell off the wagon later.
She just got tired.
I assume you
Everyone is gonna eat a whole tart! Good lord.
There it is, there's the card.
Mm-hmm.
Lady Farina?
Oh, yes, that's...
Venti's a jokester, but he's like actually like the wise fool and the trickster, whereas Fiorina is like a blowhard
They look delectable.
who exists to be punked.
To make this tea party even more lively, I've invited someone else to join us today.
It's a pleasure to meet you, Monsieur Neuvillette. I was born in Fontaine, so naturally, there's no need to introduce the nation's revered Eudex to me.
Hello. The pleasure is also mine.
Is your dad? Your dad's here.
First, I would like to thank...
What do you think Arlecchino's hair is based on? It's obviously a wing, but I don't know of what bird.
I'm told that the children of the House of the Hearth have been well taken care of by you.
How's my kids?
Oh,
This is a parent-teacher conference.
My children, Linny and Lynette, were falsely accused by you. Please don't misunderstand. The House of the Hearth are often misunderstood, perhaps due to the reputation of...
They're only human after all.
All I meant to say is that
A fucking plus voice acting.
in recent years, the people
Oh god, the
have
dog.
and the children lead happy, fulfilled lives.
All I meant is that Fontaine has been really stable lately. It's kind of weird.
With you chuckle fucks in charge, this is extremely unlikely.
Worth cherishing, and no one wishes to disrupt such peace.
Now then, you have come regarding the matter of child, correct?
Well, yes. It appears the ever-busy Eudex Neuvillette doesn't wish to waste time with diplomatic pleasantries, and hopes that we can get straight to the point of our talk. Yes, as you surmised, understanding child's situation is indeed one of the goals of this trip. As we are both diplomats from Snezhnaya...
Yeah, I really want to just kind of check up on, you know, what's happening with my colleague, Child. Is he being tortured? Please tell me he's being tortured.
Can I watch?
Can I perform?
Can I get a little guest whack in there?
Just one or three, you know, whatever you're cool with.
Like that line they just throw. It's like, yeah, we decided to be each other's lawyers.
Right? Lawyer circle jerk.
The rules governing attorneys only apply before a trial has concluded. Since a verdict has already been rendered, we see the case as settled.
Nope, sorry, womp womp.
Outright
Aw.
refusal. Very well. I respect all the rules of Fontaine's courts, just as I respect you as Chief Justice.
How big are those forks? That's a salad tosser.
Damn.
Okay, why don't we back up a step? You don't need to transfer Child to us. I only request...
Fiorina is doing literally no talking.
See Child and confirm
Oh, I love that Arlecchino's not even like, yeah, we're not even going to invoke, like, diplomatic immunity here. You know, I just want to see what he's living like in there. Let me see.
Right.
You know, just basic visitation.
I'm sure it's nothing embarrassingly inhumane, right?
Wink.
About that.
The fortress of Meropide has always...
Abby Hunt's got it.
Even we have no authority to interfere there, and diplomatic issues do not suffice as an excuse.
This is your regular reminder that Tevat is a post-apocalyptic setting that is constantly getting worse.
Mm-hmm.
Once again, this system is bad.
If you absolutely must confirm the situation of the Harbinger, I have a proposal.
The knave showed up already? Well, Linny did say that. We didn't even know that Linny was from the House of the Hearth at the time.
Yes, thank you for your... I also noticed that Lady Farina acts a little...
Could the knave be threatening Lady Farina or something?
I hate this game.
If that were the case, then why wouldn't Lady Farina inform me? And what means could the knave possibly have to twist the arm of an Archon?
So maybe that's not very likely.
In reality, this problem is even more thorny than it appears. According
Let's
to
have a
reports in the
flashback,
Fortress of Meropide,
but then let's, like,
child
break
recently
down and
disappeared
overly
under
explain everything that
mysterious
happened in that
circumstances.
flashback, invalidating the need for a flashback.
Yeah, it's rough.
The details are still
It's always
unclear.
rough.
Special guards
The
were
writing in this
received.
quest is particularly
Internal systems are
infuriating.
extensive. Combined with the special
The poison for
characteristics
Cusco,
of
the
surrounding
poison
terrain,
intended for Cusco to eat
escape should not be
Cusco's
possible.
poison.
I suspect that there's something else behind Chop. I was only willing to share this information with...
So this is what you wanted to see us
Well,
about
he's
before.
sort of my friend. And sort of my brother-in-law.
Yes. I would like you to go to the Fortress of Meropide. This was my proposal during our meeting with the knave. The knave did not seem satisfied by my proposal.
So that means we bought ourselves some time.
Firstly, you're already acquainted with Child. And secondly, is the consideration of the unique nature of the...
Isn't it just Fontaine's prison?
I would not define it so crudely. The Fortress of Meropide is not affiliated with the court system of Fontaine on paper. It has always existed as an autonomous entity. Early in Fontaine's history, criminals were punished with exile, not imprisonment. Even today, the Fortress of Meropide may seem like a prison, but it should in fact be regarded as a gathering place for exiles. All we do is dispatch guards to keep watch and help maintain security. Although I do have a personal relationship with the administrator there, neither myself nor the courts have the right to be directly involved with the investigation, no matter how serious the grounds.
Oh, Paimon gets it now. That's why you need us to conduct our own investigation as a third party, right?
Paimon gets it, Beefy doesn't get it.
Correct.
Moving on.
I will arrange false charges against... So, are you two willing to accept my proposal?
Is Cthulhu, like, buried at the bottom of the fortress, and that's why you guys are so scared of it?
No matter how you look at it, it seems we're the best.
You two have my sincere thanks. We will rendezvous at the Fortress of Meropide's entrance on Erinius once you've prepared yourselves.
Prepared ourselves.
Perhaps you could enjoy a good meal and have a nice bath. I'm afraid that living conditions inside the fortress... are
Uh-oh, we
nothing
lost
like
Break.
those of
Dead.
the outside world.
Oh, right. Even though we'll, on second thought, is it too late to
He got flashbacks and was like, I can't see this again.
Please do not worry.
Exactly.
You will be compensated according to the highest standards permitted to legal staff, regardless of the outcome.
Now that's more like it. Come on, traveler, let's go eat the best meal we can find. We'll eat so much that we won't need to eat another meal for a whole month. Your treat.
Are you leaving now? In that case, please take this cake as a token of my personal gratitude.
Yeah! Cake from Grandpa.
Grandpa cake.
Grandpa cake. Where's the
Here
cake,
to
old
turn.
man? Breku.
Oh, no need to thank me for it. Just be sure to enjoy it.
Patrick Warburton would be really funny. I wanted Ray Chase to be in Genshin for so long. I am very happy. Look, you guys, this is older and younger brother Nier.
Oh
We
my
got
god.
We got Zach Aguilar and Ray Chase, who played Nier pre and post time skip in the Nier remake.
That's great. I love that.
There we go. I think I auto reconnected.
Thank you.
Excellent.
That cake was pretty good. But now that Paimon thinks about it, we've always been super careful, but here we are, about to willingly send ourselves off to the fortress of Meropide.
I wouldn't say willingly.
Let's just try our best to investigate everything.
Aw, shit.
Oh, what is that I hear? Is it the taste of a breaking story? Hey, you can't hear a taste. Oh, don't remind me.
Charlotte's here to break a story on the inhumane conditions in the Fortress of Meropide.
That would be great.
Calm down, calm down. This is nothing new.
I still can't get over how, like, Dawe and the Hoyoverse representatives were describing the Fortress of Meropide in their version preview. Where
I
it
was
like,
just thinking the same thing.
yeah. Where it's like, people spend so much time there, they never want to leave. They just adjust to life there. And it's like, you realize this is a crime against humanity, right, sir? You're describing a crime against humanity.
Sir, is this how you run your studio?
Never mind. It's nothing.
Oh, look, Jur jumped in.
Sure. Welcome,
Hey.
welcome.
You didn't commit a crime.
But yeah, privatized underwater prison,
Oh no, Paimon almost forgot that Neverland.
independent from the Court of Fontaine.
That the Court of Fontaine is too scared to, like, interfere with.
Huh? Oh. But now that I think about it, I suppose that's not completely.
We actually got arrested for spoiling a novel, and she's like, yeah, that tracks. That's pretty awful of you. Is it that line in Firefly when Shepherd Book is like, there's a special place in hell for pedophiles and people who talk at the theater?
Yeah.
Why does your shepherd book sound like Worf?
Why not?
We're almost in the fortress, and
I'm not
haven't
answering
found
that.
my bottle opener.
There is no honor in spoiling books.
Spoilers have no honor.
Well, in that case, it's nothing particularly newsworthy after all. Oh, how disappointing. Oh, right. There's still a chance. Since you're going to be at the fortress, about that. Oh, it's nothing difficult. All you have to do is
More errands.
face to face with the warden of the fortress.
I'm a godlet looking for my sister, and I just gotta do everyone's
He
chores.
was awarded the honorary title of Duke in Fontaine. Sounds really cool, huh? Only those who have made significant contributions to the nation have been conferred this title. It's incredibly rare.
I should already have it. I should be Duke's sweetest beef.
On top of that, the fortress of
Exactly.
Meropide has never
You know,
been
that's actually probably how they're going to address you after you've completed the Archon quest. 'cause you
I
get a
would
title
love that.
information.
Fuck honorary knight. I don't care about Mondstadt. I want to be a Duke.
Oh, if I could get an exclusive article
Or
about
as
him,
Nahida would call you, a Duke Duke.
papers.
God.
You make it sound easy. Of course.
Which title do you think the Traveler would want most?
On me.
I want to say either Count or Phantom.
We'll do anything.
Master Thief.
Then it's
Mhm.
settled. The food should be here any second.
Meanwhile, Lenny is just seething in the corner.
Wait, just how much did you order?
Bye, Charlotte.
No idea you could eat so much. That didn't go according to plan.
Turo has been fun so far. I'm glad we got like a quest properly introducing her at a point.
Yeah. I
I mean, not
enjoy
for
her.
anyone playing the game now, of course, because of the same event reasons as usual, but
I hope her
You know.
hangout is fun. I want to go do my, Hunter S. Thompson shit with her.
Charlotte has like the potential for a uniquely fun hangout event just because
Which is why I'm
there's a lot of
skeptical.
stories she can chase.
Which is why it's always the stuff with the big potential that they squander.
Yeah.
I just want her and Yunjin to not get along.
Yes!
Yes.
Oh my god, that'd be so great.
We're really champing at the bit for any character conflict in this game.
Yeah, that's why it was so refreshing that, like, Navia snapped at Nivulette and also fucking hated Clorhand, and I wish she had kept that a little longer.
Yeah. It would have been interesting to see that change and develop over the course of the entire Archon quest instead
Because
of
she's
just...
like, I don't care if it's your job,
Yeah.
you killed my dad. And then it's, well, she killed my dad, but it was just her job. Like,
It settled nicely back into off-screen shit again.
yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
you didn't earn this. Let them
Yeah,
hate.
speeds the hangout events have generally gotten only better since their introduction.
Oh, Farzan's
Mercifully.
hangout's great. I have not done Kove or Kaya's.
Going back to a point that Gabriel L said, yeah, it is 73 gigabytes worth of data. It's like 73 gigabytes for this is just like that's a lot of space.
And 20% of that could have been cut if the voice lines were a little more efficient.
Just as promised. Yes.
God, they
this is
are
the one and
inefficient
only
with this
entrance
quest
to
so
the
much.
Oh my god,
I
the
really
guillotine
think-
is the entrance? That's so cool.
I didn't think about that.
You may want to step back a bit.
Whoa! So you have to go down from here? Is the prison underwater?
Utilizing both the barrier of the water as well as the fear humans have of the depths, the fortress of Meropide is naturally the perfect
We
place
can
to
breathe.
confine it. But do not worry.
You can breathe
It's not
underwater. I'm
nearly
not
as
scared.
frightening inside as you may think. You will see for yourselves once you are down there.
Why don't you go?
I love that he's like, yeah, in addition to having physical walls to keep them in, we also hold them with, you know, psychological fears and walls.
Yeah, and he's like, but it's not that bad.
Thalassophobia.
He's a very
Yeah.
shrewd fellow.
Yeah, don't get tightened downstairs.
About him too.
Correct. He is the highest.
Oh, get it?
ranking
He's the
manager of
Duke, and he puts up
prison.
dukes.
Even though you
Ah.
are going there to investigate
Oh, that's pretty
the
good.
past, the Duke rarely ever leaves the fortress of Meropide. But that does not mean he is not all right.
Yeah, Genshin is rapidly becoming one of those games where it's like only have this game installed on your preferred device and nothing else.
Yep.
These two are the newest convicts, I presume?
Joke's on them. They also want us to play Star Rail. That's why they made dailies faster in this game.
You're so right.
Like we would try.
Please follow me.
If only we could
I'll process
play,
the
if only we could
paperwork
auto play the dailies like we can in Star Rail.
God, that'd be the dream.
When this game's life cycle is close,
Oh,
like I don't know how they expect it to be on phones.
Oh,
Oh,
this is an
just
interesting
continue the
little
current
screen.
Yeah.
Oh, so cool. I want that thing to fall and push me down into the tunnel.
Yeah, that's how they propel the sub down.
Bonk.
that'd be really cool.
Oh my god, this is just gonna be like Bioshock 1.
Oh, yes.
You get to fly in. No, says the man in Sneznaya. It belongs to everyone.
No, says the man in Conria. It belongs to the rich.
No, says the man in Mondstadt. It belongs to me, so I can buy drinks.
You two seem to be
Oh, speaking of drinks, now that we're actually entering the fortress, it's time for a little imbibement.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
It's the only way
No,
we're getting
says the
through
man
this.
anyway. It belongs to God.
I'll see how long I can go without cracking open something.
The Fortress of Meropide, brought to you by Blue Moon Belgian Wine.
Mmm.
I said Belgian wine. I misread that. It's Belgian white. I screwed up my own commercial.
It's fine, you have to
We'll
pay.
never get sponsors at this rate break. Yeah, the new quest prio management is super awesome, especially like just visually how they distinguish like this is the big honker and like this is a little world quest.
Mm-hmm.
Even you don't want to be here.
Why'd they make you make the trip down here today?
Monsieur Nervalet personally requested I escort these two convicts. I suppose
It's
he was
not
concerned
hard to
others
say
might not
nifty
be
that.
up to the
It's
task.
not hard. What the fuck?
Noodleette.
Well, now,
Noodle
aren't you the
boop.
lucky one?
Yeah, I don't know where the R is coming from in
It's
that.
not hard to say Der Himmel either, and yet
Yeah.
The only people I get to see.
Ayaka Kamisato.
Der Himmel.
Thank you, man.
Kamisa, oh Jesus.
Well, have you tried service with a smile? Who knows? It might help your professional reputation.
Finally, the French rudeness. I really love how the Fontenoy are generally rude and all racist.
Generally rude and all racist. Oh no.
Yeah, right.
New roulette. Yeah.
Every criminal comes through here looking miserable. How can I smile with such a toxic work environment? And even if I did smile at them, the convicts would probably just think that I'm some freak getting some kind of twisted enjoyment from their pain.
Oh, she's got a point.
Well, I've finished transferring you. You two will register here, and Marette will guide you through the remaining procedures.
Yep, I'll take it from here. You head on back to that bright and sunny world above. Okay, let me see. You are the traveler in Paimon, correct?
This has Californian moves to Seattle energy.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck you. Go back to your son, you bitch.
Let me confirm your charges and sentence. Let's see. You two are charged with eating a cake specially prepared for the Archon by a Snezhnayan envoy without the Archon's permission, thereby incapacitating the political center of Fontaine for a brief period. Sentence: 45 days?
Huh? Wait, you mean the cake?
Paimon, it's a trumped up charge. We don't need to talk about it.
It seems you two are capable of causing some serious
Wow.
trouble.
You ate the cake, huh? It's real it's fucked up.
Fiorina is just like in her office and she's like, Nouvellette, make sure they behave in the fortress. If not, I'm gonna trump up that charge to treason for throwing off
Exactly.
for throwing off a diplomatic meeting.
They're like, they said let them eat cake, but then you actually eat the cake and everyone's mad.
Exactly.
What do you want from me?
Chat got us. I wasn't paying attention to the cake was alive, but then it was like, oh yeah, I guess it was, wasn't it? Huh? But Sprout brings up a good point that it also is very Alice in Wonderland coded, which has been like an undercurrent of this game. So
how mad?
That's cool.
How mad would the respective countries be if they knew that Britain and France were lumped together in this game as one nation?
Oh, pissed.
I mean, yeah.
Can I go back in time 100 years, explain the concept of video games, and then show them this?
I mean, it might lead to a war, but sure.
And they'll be like, oh, now I understand why Orientalism is bad. It doesn't feel so good now. Look down, na 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 na.
I want them to take Paimon's picture and then just nothing shows up on the like. Photo.
Imagine.
That'd be so good.
Oh, the camera's broken.
Yeah, it's like the elephant's foot.
Or like you're just like the traveler is just standing next to the camera looking at the thing and the person's like, what are you doing? Let's go. It's like, no, don't you have to take one of Paimon? And they're like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Who the fuck is Paimon?
Yeah.
You two are the new inmates, right? Follow me.
Deacon.
Oh, okay. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the traveler.
Save it. Not like I'll remember your names. Move it.
The real French experience begins.
It even started with paperwork. All right, let's continue on to Mickey's Funhouse Prison.
How does Paimon floating work on a moving vehicle?
She's a sphere collider. that's the answer.
The worst of both worlds.
Are you one of the guards here? Is there anything we should be careful of while we're here?
There's some construction outside. Is that picking up at all?
No, not at all.
Awesome.
Why should I tell you anything? What's in it for me? This is exactly why I can't stand you fish. I wouldn't even be doing this if it weren't for the credit coupons.
Credit coupons?
Oh, new fish. That's such a good.
That is good.
Yeah.
Give me that good prison slang.
But next time, it'll cost you some coupons. Mora means nothing here.
They have credit coupons instead of cigarettes.
No, they're rolling papers.
Yeah, they're rolling. Yeah, exactly.
They roll the cigarettes with.
I'm always thinking back to that line from Venture Bros. I don't have it verbatim, but it was the one that's just like, it's different on the outside. On the outside, they don't use pictures of Macaulay Culkin as currency.
Oh my god.
They should have totally done that. Like, imagine having pictures of Furina as currency.
That'd be so screwed up.
Well, hey, we don't know that that's not what the coupons look like.
Yeah, well, Furina has no power here, so it would be someone else. It'd be
it would
like
probably be
Grizzly Bucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
She calls it Coupon Town.
When did she say that? I missed that.
It's not as simple.
I have to go back and look at that.
That said, everyone gets a chance at rebirth.
Coupon Town.
Yeah, welcome to fucking Fallout New Vegas.
Or power you had before, it means nothing once you set foot inside the fortress of. Everyone starts from the same place. I guess that's the real purpose of the coupons. And this is also exactly why so many criminals choose not to return to the outside world.
Oh, so that's what the Fortress of Meropide is like.
It certainly ain't all sunshine and roses here, but it's also not the worst place to be. You'd better take a good after being away from the sun.
Oh, that was all the way back in the first act. Huh.
Start to feel like home.
Oh, that's funny.
Feeling oppressive, you know? Oh, I'm actually an inmate like you two. Welcoming newcomers is a job I've picked up to earn some extra coupons.
Have you seen a ginger Russian man?
Have you seen my husband?
Have you seen my sister's husband?
Why aren't you answering us again?
I've told you enough for free.
So all you care about is Mora!
Almost there. It's down through here.
Yeah, we're just gonna do Bastion music. We're just gonna steal Darren Korb's whole bag.
Oh, they already did that.
Well, they already did that for Honkai, yeah, and now we're doing it here.
I mean...
I can't believe Dalway said that the team cried when they heard they were being compared to Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, that was such horse shit.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean? It's like, I'm sure someone cried for some unrelated reason.
Yeah.
They cried because they found out how much of their code was copied.
Well, like, that is the amazing thing, is they eyeballed all of that, because it's not like Breath of the Wild uses like a popular engine, so they did really have to be like, okay, let's make it look like this. But it also shows that you couldn't have accidentally made this. It's very intentionally patterned after Breath of the Wild.
Yeah,
so, like,
the
look,
comparison was absolutely meant to be there.
Imitation is one of the greatest forms of flattery, and none of us were flattering ourselves when we saw that UI pop up, and it was just the Breath of the Wild banner. Like, no one else did that. It's just like, oh, okay, I see what this is.
Yeah.
Only thing getting us in here was it was like a free-to-play Breath of the Wild in that notion. Like,
yeah,
that was the best marketing push the game had.
God. Although this was
just take the lumps. Anyway.
This was the same guy who said that the infiltration storyline was very original.
Yeah.
And again, who tried to sell us the Fortress of Meropide as a totally ethical prison.
The same guy who's like, sometimes I see the artists working late at night, and I'm like,
maybe we look too relaxed for fresh convicts. Oh, right. If we're discovered, even Neuvillette might not be able to rescue us.
What do you mean, even Neuvillette? No one can do shit. Every god is a joke.
Hey, don't scare Paimon.
Look, I don't really know you, and I have no idea what kind of crime you committed, but...
Someone
Now's not the time to worry about that. Anyway, it's over there, so you just go on over there by yourselves. I've done my job. So...
Okay, so I'll have to read the interview directly. But
I think he said like they were upset that people were upset about the beta, and they were like, "How could this have happened?" And it's like the only reason the beta got blowback is because it was a ripoff of Breath of the Wild. So, like, I did the homework.
Prisoners numbers 7459 and 7560. Welcome.
Look at those collarbones.
These Gardamex aren't here to attack you. In fact, they're here as your
I mean, he is wearing a collar.
When I heard that you were friends of Masura,
A lot of freaks in this game.
I had the Guardmex come in formation.
You shut your whore mouth. He's my husband.
I can't believe Dotori just has an S&M harness on.
They knew who they were targeting with that.
It's clothing just visible.
Just like I've seen those in Folsom.
The seafloor isn't as cut off from the world as you might imagine. However, I'm afraid that I know nothing more than that you are, and as you can see, committing a crime means being sentenced here.
The Duke! Greetings, Your Grace. Lovely weather today, isn't it?
Oh, greetings, my good fellow. Well, I'm willing to imagine that the weather is as good outside the sea as you say it is. How great it would have been if only the fortress...
It has been really fun to watch Joe Zisha learning to play Genshin and just absolutely fumbling it.
The Traveler and Paimon, correct? Mr. Deacon here was responsible for...
Maybe the title you're going to get after clearing this region's Archon quest is your prisoner number.
That could be fun.
Oh, that would actually be pretty good.
I think they would have done that already if that had been the intent, but...
I'm gonna throw him under the bus. I'm not here to make friends.
I see.
Oh shit, I was supposed to tell you that I think that actually, it helps if it makes it go faster if you help him.
Fuck!
I admit.
Wait, it does?
Thinking about the coupons.
I didn't sell him out, and he got me some coupons later on.
Oh, no, same on my end, but I didn't know if it made like
Oh my god, I'm gonna have to earn currency like the prelude in Kingdom Hearts 2.
I guess.
The best introduction of any game ever, you mean?
You shut your mouth.
Follow me. To make you feel more welcome, I'll show you around the various facilities.
That gameplay was monstrous.
Wait, you're saying that doing mad tricks for your friends as an early ska boy isn't what you wanted your life to be?
I'm saying whacking a giant bag of trash up a hill with a wagon is just foolish.
No wonder Charlotte's so interested in...
No, that's what I wanted to do, even as a kid.
Mysterious types. Alright, let's...
In real life, mind you, not in the game.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was nice to him too. But I guess we'll get to see how it like plays out this time. It might actually be a real video game choice.
Deacon will remember that. Oh yeah. Get that bingo card for Panopticon imagery out.
Oh yeah. They even have Risley's office in the middle of it.
Perfect.
There's no need to be so reserved.
Like they actually did the Panopticon. They didn't just say, oh, it's basically an amphitheater. It's like, no, the office needs to be in the middle.
Yeah.
Here at the fortress is...
Is it really okay for the warden to think like that?
Well, then maybe you'll be able to carve out a name and a place for yourselves in this underwater world, hmm?
Well, that guy got Lugarooed up. Look at those scars.
Before you please remember that
right down the throat.
He has a good design. I like the idea of someone who's like suited up, but you can tell that like they are battle worn.
Yeah.
Now we've arrived at
this dude has it passed.
The coupon.
He's got a little bit of like the Fix vibe from Dimension 20 Mentopolis.
Yeah, if this guy were to start spitting facts at you about like
how many bones there are in your hands and feet.
Yeah, like a vaguely disturbing animal facts at you, I would run.
100%.
No joke, he really is kind of the like light at the end of the tunnel for this quest. Every time Risley isn't on screen, we should actually, no joke, be asking, "Where's Risley?"
I know that they said that Risley is the correct pronunciation, but I absolutely refuse.
Risley the Grizzly, Meropide.
Is that the actual like real pronunciation of it, or is that? Just
I
what they're
doubt
using
it. No one
in the game?
pronounces anything right.
No. Risley is the correct pronunciation. Risley is what they are pronouncing it as in the game.
Oh,
So
okay.
I don't know if that's intentional or not, but
the only currency, and everything must be.
I'm not going to humor them.
This game exists to torment
Coupons is a form
us
of trade.
pedants.
But trade is always conducted by if nobody could even afford a meal. So, rather than saying that we're giving everyone
Your Grace's reasoning is correct, but whatever the case, hard work is rewarded.
Sure, that's right, but I am correct.
To me in every conversation.
let's continue this way.
More people with scars. Please.
More people with scars, more people with muscles. Like, come on.
Oh wait, huh? I didn't know this, but Speed brought up that Toyo actually mentioned that they took inspiration from Divinity Original Sin as well, among others. That's
What?
interesting.
It's a wide
I'm not as
net.
familiar with Divinity, so I'd have to like actually go through.
Divinity runs the same way that Baldur's Gate 3 does, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's made by the same people.
Yeah, it's Larian. That's wild.
This place is known
Yeah,
as the Creation Ring.
I would be very interested in hearing what like in that game inspired them. I don't know tons about Divinity, but I do know it's not like kind of in the same vein as a lot of other open world games.
Yeah. But that one is more like choices matter and like changes based on how you interact with things, which Genshin just doesn't. So I am very curious.
Yeah,
Genshin could replace
Pantheon.
the traveler with Carl from Aqua Teen Hunger Force and be like, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
But I must warn you that your sentence
We encourage
will
the
extend
fighting.
if you fail to restrain yourself and end up seriously injuring or killing your opponent.
You know me too well. I'm a loose cannon.
So, did you set this place up too?
Ooh, I would definitely like to watch a MiHoYo retrospective.
No, actually. I just granted approval for the organizer to use this area to build.
I gotta go back and play that really old game they did. That
This
had
guy is
the
so fucking
Nier-esque
corrupt.
ending. Yeah, this whole place, like you're
So
just gonna get deeper and
corrupt.
deeper into this, and it's just gonna be like, okay, look, buddy.
Oh, you're gonna have a fight ring? Alright, give me my cut.
Yeah.
If you're good to Papa, Papa's good to you.
He's like, my constellation is Cerberus because I'm always wetting my noses.
And wetting your beak.
Yeah.
Sure. Ensuring personal safety, maintaining the arena, and
Yeah, Fly Me to the Moon. Like, no, not that one. The one afterward. I heard a whole thing where they had this whole sort of girl goes to ask for help, gets rejected by God, decides to go kill all the gods, but then the world ends or something. I only saw one video on it.
You have a talent for
But it was like the guy doing the video was positing that was like the overall plot structure of Genshin or something, and I was like, oh, that's real interesting, especially if it's, if we're in like the act 1 of that right now, where we're still
And knowing how much they like their Gnosticism, which is just Gurren Lagann with gods. Like, actually, the gods suck. Be your own god. Throw all the other gods off a balcony.
I absolutely do not want this game to cross over with Honkai Star Rail, but I've said it offline. I really hope the Traveler is Akivili, and that's like the only connection.
I really like how this is just Risley's design, but with the coat on.
Yeah, kinda.
Kinda.
I like his little hat.
I do like his little hat. How many coupons for that hat, sir?
He's like, what? But I can leave. I can spend more. It's like, how many coupons, sir?
I can leave too, bitch. I can teleport.
Yeah, how are you gonna keep us in here exactly?
Okay, but like they still need money for supplies to come in. No one is growing cabbages underground.
Yeah, there must be some kind of exchange, right?
I don't think it was a Zombie Gal Kawaii. I think it was it might have been like a proof of concept student game they did or something. Or alternatively, hang on, let me keep looking at the Wikipedia page here. No, I'm totally wrong. The game is, let me just see the story of this. No, that's not it either. Let's rewatch it.
Too slow.
Oh, diversion. I think TV Tropes said that the Hotel de Bord is the physical location of the House of the Hearth, and I don't think that that's substantiated anywhere. Is there any evidence to that in, like,
Yeah, I haven't seen
the
that.
twin stories or something?
Well, Lynette doesn't have like a hangout or a quest yet. Linny does, but it doesn't really do
Well, they
anything.
have, like,
they work
text,
there.
you know?
Yeah.
Also, do we even know if the House of the Hearth is fully Fontaine based?
We don't.
Yeah, I thought it was quartered in Snezhnaya. That's why they have Snezhnayan patronyms.
Mm-hmm.
Grizzly Bear, where are you?
If there was any character to give a beard to, I think it would have been Rivlin.
Well, that's why all the fan art is drawn with stubble.
Oh, that's good. I haven't seen something.
We have to fix everything.
What time indeed? Time waits for no one, so it's best to keep an eye on it.
My apologies, Your Grace.
Jeez, that guy's so nervous he almost...
Sorry, forgive my manners.
Everyone is so scared shitless of this dude, and like the Archon commands no respect above the water.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, here's our Mickey Mouse. Ah.
These are the dormitories, which is where inmates sleep. The guards
Yeah, there's the Mickey Mouse, and then there's the squadron of elite Mickeys, the Melusines.
In the fortress
Yes.
of Meropide,
The
criminals
Mickey
usually
Corps.
spend most of their time in either the production zone or
They're literally Mouseketeers.
They are Mouseketeers.
Not necessarily. Though working in the production zone
I'm
is
looking
the
forward
most
to doing
reliable way to earn
Nivilet's
credit
character
tokens.
quest.
If you have other skills. The fact that the Fortress of Meropide
I enjoyed it a lot.
Produce,
I think that
the Fortress of Meropide is not only a place where criminals.
I think that, like,
There's no need for me to
I
get
can't help but feel like they were saving character focus for the quest since it dropped with this patch too.
Yeah.
Let's move on. The tour continues over this.
Shoot, if I'd realized that it was actually hard to track down that other MiHoYo game that's like not listed on their Wikipedia page, I would have actually written it down.
Fair.
But I would just be able to go to the site and just find it.
It's fine.
Thank you, Speeds and Just Chica. I wasn't sure after the Inazuma, the Fortune Slip quest, if that was like, oh, we ship them back to the orphanage, or if that means they had like satellite locations.
Mm-hmm.
Ah.
Oh yeah, Tsai Hao Yu's the guy who just left. So MiHoYo just lost a CEO.
Oh,
pretty
Legend of Saha, I
recently.
missed that message. Sorry, hang on.
What the
Let's
fuck?
look that up real quick.
You're in here for magic crimes.
I totally missed that in chat. Hang on.
Oh, you really scared me there.
The only thing you should be seeing. Is
Yeah, okay. Legend of Saha. Yeah, that's it. Okay. That's where they introduce like Nalan and Sumeru. And it has like at the risk of being a little bit reductive, it's a very Yoko Taro-esque plot.
They love a Yoko Taro.
Mm-hmm.
Squad law.
Thanks, King Alex, for getting that info to us.
Yeah, good legwork. Oh yeah. Slug.
It's milkshake.
Oh, there she is.
What are you doing in the infirmary at a time like this? Oh no, you didn't injure yourself, did you?
Oh, so
Did
Sigmund's
he-
probably going to be a healer.
King Alex, did he say what position he was taking? I wonder if it's like what they do in Japan, where they give him a redundant like position, so they're de facto retired. I mean, look at what he built. It's pretty incredible.
Not yet, unfortunately for you. But thank you for your concern, Siegeween.
This game didn't have enough hydro healers, so I'm glad they're adding another one.
Allow me to introduce you.
I think she's cryo.
No.
They just showed Hydro. I was about to say Aqua for some reason.
She looks like a Honkai Star Rail character.
Yeah, she kind of does, and I can't really put my finger on it. I've been racking my brain trying to figure out like what the design cues are. And initially I was like looking at Genshin characters and just being like, okay, everyone has these like gold accents on them everywhere. And I'm like, and Star Rail doesn't do that. But then I started noticing it on Star Rail characters as well. And I was like, well, that's not it. I mean, is it just the overall darker like color palette? Because you can look at them and tell kind of immediately. And I don't know what my brain is doing to really recognize that.
They have like slightly more. It's like a little more contemporary. Well, she tried harder, Cyvic. She's just better than other slugs. She ate like 2 of her sisters.
Jesus.
Since you seem to have some rare downtime with no patience, perhaps you could find the time to join us for dinner?
No, they just did like sort of an amoeba combined maneuver.
Oh, I would love that. Oh my god, if she like takes a lethal hit and she falls apart into 3 Melusines.
I get it. Siegewin was actually 3 Melusines in the form of 1 Melusine that looks slightly more human.
Siegewin, more like 3 Jwin.
Thank you. Your presence will be
I want this.
resistance for today's tour.
Make this real.
Oh, so the tour part is over now?
Oh no, King Alex using an AI image. Okay, to be fair, if it's like Screen Rant, Sportskeeda, Game Rant, there's a couple of these. A lot of these news outlets are just content farms.
I believe I've already covered the primary aspects of life here in the fortress. As for your work,
with no
someone else to guide you
reporting scruples.
I seldom conduct tours.
Well,
Then let's head back to the coupon cafeteria.
you should at least try to be excited. Our free meals are actually pretty good here.
Slug. She has a very cute color palette, and I forget which one of you talked about the Alice in Wonderland coding, but she is everything Alice in Wonderland in a little slug girl shell.
The wind rises.
What do you think of the food? Does it meet your expectations? Wow, it looks delicious! Neverlet made it sound like living conditions in the Fortress of Meropide wasn't very good.
Of course it's delicious. It's like all carbs.
Every day! Oh, isn't that the meal box that only super lucky people manage to draw?
Oh no, they do the lucky bento shit. It's
Oh,
like
no.
Persona.
My god, even the food is gotcha.
Oh my god, and he's just like, don't worry, I rigged it.
He's so corrupt! I love characters like him and Ningguang, which are just like quite morally good, but completely fucking corrupt as shit.
Yeah, those are the only 2 morality metrics in Fable, incidentally.
And Fable 2.
Fable 2 back in the day.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you mean I can be good and also be corrupt?
Yeah, good even corrupt is pretty bad in that game. It's like, it's morally okay. Sorry, you're still good if you're a slumlord, but you're corrupt.
Like, I can be good, but I can also slumlord everyone, and my reward is glowing green eyes for being good, but also like forcing the rent to be unlivable.
What a product of its time.
I like that Seguin called this food lottery like distasteful, like
good,
condemns it, but it still happens. Like, I guess fuck nutrition, right? These prisoners don't need balanced meals to survive. It's
this
just
is not a balanced meal. This is like.
No, that's what I'm saying. Even the lucky ones aren't getting like good. Like, how is anyone still alive down here?
Oh, she is Hydro. Yeah, it's just virtue signaling. She's the PR. She's like, we're concerned. That's it.
Sounds like
Yeah, exactly. No follow up.
Looks like you can stop
The French diet of bread, cheese, ham, and cigarettes.
And yet their life expectancy is like 20 years longer than the States.
Man, dude, the stuff they allow to be put in our food in the States is like despair-inducing.
No news is good news. Maybe next
Corn.
time I've got something to
Corn.
discuss with them, I can invite you to accompany
Oh man,
us.
we're gonna please look forward to Notlon and the maze.
I remember Sai Haoyu because he's the guy who hosted the GDC talk, which we often call back to, about Genshin Impact.
Wow,
Damn.
40% of the company, man.
Wow.
Well, I mean, like, he built up this, like, bajillion-dollar game studio in, like, a decade, so he's earned his right to go do whatever.
But isn't the Fortress of Meropide independent from Fontaine's court system?
Well, we provide all kinds of mechanical products for official use, and
Okay,
some essential goods have to be obtained
the
from
currency
local
is
worlds, so we
robots.
naturally
Robots for
have to talk
baguettes.
about this and that.
They are organic cigarettes. Yeah,
Holds for bread.
exactly. They only eat GMO-free, grass-fed cigarettes.
Monsieur Nouvelette's character is unimpeachable. No matter the question, you can discuss it
Grass-fed
openly
free-range
and freely.
cigarettes, you know, to be
Argument
ethical.
feels quite effortless. In light of that, I am quite willing to go out of my way to show respect and accommodate him.
Game recognized game.
Right now, I'm treating you two as guests invited by Monsieur Nouvelette. But unfortunately, I can only do so until the end of this meal. After this, you two will just be
After this
guests.
food, it's into the doghouse.
Woof.
You're very welcome. Well, your new life awaits.
Man, when you first meet a Genshin character, their personality is just like, I'm blandly pleasant, and then later on, you kind of get to, like,
Yeah.
see what they're actually about.
Yeah. Okay, so I actually... Okay, here's the thing, right? I like Risley. I like Siegewein. I wish this scene hadn't happened.
Yeah.
Are you finished
I wish all this hadn't happened. I want
recommend that
Edge.
you return to the dorm. Perhaps you were.
Yeah, like, none of this should have happened for the sake of the narrative, and it's only going to get worse as this storyline continues. Like, congrats, you're at the... You just finished the best part of this for the next 2 hours.
Oh.
And even then, even if it was the best part of it for the next 2 hours, it frankly, in my opinion, should not exist for the narrative. They should have done
I
this
agree.
totally differently. Jura and I were talking about it a little bit earlier, but like, frankly, to get across like what they're trying to get across here, this should have honestly opened up with like Risley beating the shit out of someone.
Yeah.
Because the way every character reacts to Risley from this point forward is, oh my god, Risley's like this like giga monster, you know?
It would be amazing if, like, you know, fitting with his benign to us corruption, if he was really nice to us and like terrible to his prisoners.
Well, even the opposite, where it's like, it's clear that you're here under like weird circumstances, and I am suspicious of that.
Yeah, he's like, I'm basically treating you like a diplomat from the surface.
Yeah, and I mean, like, honestly, rolling out the red carpet and then having him give the tour of everything, I think was frankly a narrative mistake, especially when Linny has already been down here for a couple of days. So it's just kind of like, Genshin has this thing where all the characters have to be generally pleasant at all costs.
Yeah.
Like, the edgiest we've gotten is Scaramouche. And I really don't think that serves this particular narrative, especially with all of the horse shit you're about to go through.
Yay.
So, yeah.
Like, Meropide literally begins with 2 burnt out employees talking about how this place saps, like, all courtesy and pleasantness out of you. And then we meet the big boss, and he's like, well, hello. Well, I guess he does enjoy some privileges.
He's like, nice to meet you.
Knife
I'm Ridley, an underworld jailer.
A knife to meet you.
All right, quick. Think of interesting topics to talk about for the next 1 hour.
Oh, break, real quick. Did you ping about the potential meeting later?
Oh, that. Yeah, hang on. Let me do that real quick.
I'm on, right? Your bunks are right over there. Follow me.
Thank you for the reminder.
Mm-hmm.
This plotline is highly original to anyone who has never seen a critically acclaimed movie or 5.
So this is where we'll be sleeping from
Or a lot of TV as well.
They had some balls to say that this was original right after, like, they did that thing with Kafka that had like 1 million Shawshank Redemption references.
Right.
Kafka the Stellaron Hunter crawled through a river of shit.
God.
We are criminals, and Paimon did eat that cake. Is it possible that, Paimon maybe something like, hey, I have my eyes on you, so yeah, you're right. And besides, so we at least...
Also, this entire plot could actually be solved by just talk.
Yeah.
It'd just be like, hey, we are a weird nation that has no control over what happens in our, like, supposed prison. So instead, Miss Knave here is the administrator of that prison, and you guys can work it out.
Based on his attitude, it looks like the Duke sees Linny as they worked so hard to help clear Linny and Lynette.
I do think it's mildly interesting that, like, our judicial system used to be, like, centered around exiling people, and in that tradition, we're not interested in governing people who we punished. Like,
it's
that
really
could never
good
work in the real world, of course, because exiling a lot of people is just a good way to get a rebellion going.
This is probably like the most perverse version of a nation's value.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, definitely. And even then, still relatively light. Like, I don't know why they're they're pretty insistent on making the jail look not terrible.
They keep saying it's great.
Yeah, like I'm not sure if that's not. I'm not sure. That's not to a very good effect, I think. Like, jail is not fun.
Jail is bad. Bad and sad.
Worst time anyone's ever had.
Look down, look down. I don't know other words.
Paimon dreamed about getting interrogated by the guards until... Hey, come on!
Hey, lazy bones. What are you still doing here? If you don't want to starve, then get yourselves over to the production zone.
This is a really nice big cell. It's like a campus tour, King Alex.
Hey, lazy bones.
Oh no. Dr. Connor's class.
Dr. Connor's class.
I mean, I kind of get why they were like, prison allows you to live in an environment in which you're like not constantly being asked for rent, and they give you free soup. But even that could have been framed better by like, making it a little bit darker. Yeah. Emion brings up a good point. The bed is giant.
Everything is proportioned slightly too large for everybody in this game.
The giant forks.
There's that image that's been circulating of Shaquille O'Neal sleeping in a giant bed. And it's like, if Shaquille O'Neal is your scale model for how large this bed is, then it's even larger than how it appears in this image.
Kaiju.
I like those oversized novelty remotes.
Yeah. The ones they make for kids that you can, like, program whitelisted channels on.
Ah, you must be the catch of the day.
Yep, we just arrived yesterday.
Don't interrupt me when I'm speaking.
Yes, sir.
Listen carefully. To
First line had some real
mishaps. Every
Richard Hawk energy to it. Ah, you must be the first catch of the day.
Welcome to the catch of the day, Michael.
God.
Maybe
Welcome to
Risley.
the catch of the day, Michael.
Maybe Risley did this and treated us nicely as jokes, so we would be like completely like
Caught off
shocked.
guard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's like, you know, he rolls out the red carpet. It's like, boy, what's a great way to earn the animosity of every other prisoner in this place? You know, it's just
big target on my
there's
back.
a handling of this that's like, you know,
Fortress of Meropide doesn't want to lose
Yeah.
a single one of its missions.
He's like, this individual who has been sent to my prison, came here under mysterious circumstances, is very suspicious. I'm gonna have to like pull off a warden hit job here. How do I do that? I'll be nice to them.
The fact that we are constantly writing fan fiction for ourselves where every character is worse than they actually are tells you that we are so insecure about playing a game for babies. that we have to put our own edge into it.
I just feel the expectation is always like, it's weird because the thing is that all of the dialogue and presentation is like, this is the thinking man's game, and then Paimon, you know, continues with Elmo talk and re-explains concepts 9 times, and I'm like, this isn't the thinking man's game at all.
And every like difficult concept gets like completely neutered, and everyone's like, oh, everything's not that bad, and then we reconciled immediately in the same quest.
I don't think it's a demographic thing. I think it's a marketability thing. Like, even stuff that's made for kids, like Disney stuff, still have villains who are, you know, pretty reprehensible and are willing to engage with topics that are, you know, a little bit darker in their own way.
I feel like the tone and like age group that Genshin's going for,
give it a whack.
Okay, is like Avatar: The Last Airbender, and even that doesn't belabor stuff as much as Genshin does.
I think you have to keep hitting
jump on the thing now.
But I mean, like, if the tone is Avatar: The Last Airbender, then it's still a lot lighter than it needs to be.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah, exactly. Yoink.
There you go.
Yeah, you got it.
Gameplay.
It's just like, it's weird because the thing is that the game...
I would have rather done like the pipe puzzle from BioShock.
The people who make this game are far, far more intelligent than the game itself is. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, no.
Where like every now and then, like it
You'll
just
see these
like
touches.
real, these like details and like cool little touches and like some frankly pretty dark storylines, but they're only ever generally alluded to. So it gets you like in this mindset where you're expecting it to kind of carry over to the main game. And it does for a little bit, and then it just abruptly doesn't. It's the weirdest sort of cadence of content.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which is weird because like the median age for this in China is like 25.
But they need to design it for a younger audience so they can get those kids that steal their parents' credit cards and run up charges.
And play for an hour a week. Or whatever.
Exactly. Well, they only play for an hour a week, so they really got to spend more money in order to get all that.
You play for an hour a week, but Paimon over-explaining shit takes up 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That's so fucked up.
Yeah, Hoyo Hoyo does try to do a lot of misdirects with their trailers, and I think the first time we really recognized it was like the 2.1 or 2.2 with the end of the Sangoku Decree / Wadatsumi Tenshukaku War.
Yeah.
Like that's the first time we really saw it, where it was like, oh, like they're just gonna misdirect us entirely with these trailers.
It's like, don't misdirect us. Just don't say anything. Be vague.
Well, here's the thing, right? Typically, the way that it's actually worked. What the hell? What was that? I didn't see that.
Oh my god.
What does it mean?
Is that Dalway?
Sorry, I got distracted by this.
What did it say again? What the fuck?
It said it's here, comma, like it's here. Consider it a gift from fate. What do you mean it's here? What do you go over there? What's going on?
Jennifer Shin's gonna crawl out of my real screen and kill me.
Yeah. Okay.
You just find another one that you aim at, and it just says 7 days.
Oh god.
Okay, go over to that spot. I want to find out what that is. That is ominous.
Doesn't seem to be around here. Let's try looking.
There must be an item over there. What is it? No, the trailers like misdirect, but the thing about it is that typically the trailers will present one idea and try to kind of convey it as like, here's the storyline we're doing, only for it to be just such a mishmash of lines and concepts and things that it turns out that it's a completely different plot line than what they were sort of alluding to or presenting. Issue being that it's actually still pretty interesting every time they do one of those trailers. Like they won't do what they say they're going to do in the trailer. But they'll typically come out with something that's just as interesting.
Yeah.
In the case of this particular patch, it was kind of like that. What were those Star Trek videos like? Fistful of Explosions.
The Andrew edits.
Yeah. It's the real Fistful of Explosions for Genshin Impact. But I mean, you know, they'll get serious when they really need to. But
it's actually
just like the constant softening of like some of the harsher ideas that the Traveler is directly exposed to is like.
It's exhausting.
There's like edgy kind of like real RPG sort of like conflicts and stuff, but it's all happened in the past and like off screen into side characters. Like the less abstract, the more abstracted you get away from the main plot, the more like freedom they have to do storytelling.
Yeah.
Like if it gets in like, you know, Dark Souls weapon descriptions, then like, oh, this is like the most tragic story ever, but as soon as you get Traveler and Paimon on the scene, then expect it to lose a lot of its teeth there.
God.
Which is unfortunate because some of the world quests have been like kind of the most engaging parts of the game.
Yeah, I definitely think the 4.0 ones were like the height of their world quest writing.
How
the fuck?
But my illusions, Michael.
My illusion. Michael.
My illusions, Michael.
We have mixed up so many metaphors here.
Is there anyone in our chat who has no idea what we're talking about when we say Michael? We might need to.
We are now
that.
referencing two different things when we say Michael.
Yeah, Fontaine did give us a serial killer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Fontaine started off with like the stakes really raised. I think it's just the idea. It's like Meropide. You go in and it's this prison, but everything is like the Weenie Hut Junior of stakes. Just,
You two are inseparable.
That's right. My brothers simply can't stand to be away from me.
Oh, I bet they sleep together in one of those giant beds, all cuddled.
Aw.
In their leotards. That would suck. Just like
that would actually be really sweaty and gross.
It's not just
is Fremine in that little
is also here.
cuddle pile too?
He sleeps under the bed. He likes it.
Exactly. He wears his diver suit, sleeps under the bed. It's great.
He sleeps in the tub. He sleeps in the bathtub.
Oh,
in the diver suit.
exactly.
Hang on, Speeds. I saw that. I would assume the FNAF meme. Who do you take us for?
What the fuck?
Oh,
FNAF meme?
FNAF meme.
whoa. No, friend, we are referencing the best game, Metal Wolf Chaos.
How
of course.
young do you think we are?
Nah, we were talking about Arrested Development with Job, but also combining it with Metal Wolf Chaos and Richard Hawk.
Yeah.
See, the secret goal of any podcast is to like onboard your listeners to whatever like obscure bullshit you're really into.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes.
In this case, the game that put From Software on the map, Metal Wolf Chaos.
Yeah. From
The only
Soft's
purple
greatest.
guy in Genshin is A.
Incident to attract a big crowd.
And she's
Yeah.
probably killed just as many children.
Yeah.
I invited several audience members to participate in the show.
My brother was charged with theft, and I was charged as his accomplice, having assisted him in his crime.
I like that after just spending all that time trying to prevent these two from going to prison. they get
They're
sent
in
to
prison. Yeah.
The Maison Gardiennage's big filing cabinet. We just need to see how long it takes to discover them.
Yep, we should be released then.
Why did you do it? For the
In
vine!
terms of the magic trick itself, I think the performance went perfectly.
Leave it to Lenny to magic himself into prison.
Indeed. Last time I hid my identity from you, so I don't plan on keeping anything from you this We were instructed by the father of our house, the Knave.
Told you so.
As for what we're investigating, perhaps you haven't heard, but the
Why do
fortress of
I need to be here if
exists.
she's gonna send her spies to check on Child?
Some even say that the entire fortress exists just to protect it.
Yeah, just talk.
I guess
God.
because they're like the Russian like investigators on the side of Arlecchino, and we're like the ones on the side of Fontaine's government.
We're doing so much work for this.
All of our informants.
So when it really comes down to it, this is just a diplomatic mission between two different parties to the privately owned prison underwater.
Exactly. Yes.
Wait, this is just the chasm like plot line again.
Oh my god. Not again.
Does not have Fontaine's gnosis.
At least the chasm had time travel. Here we have battle bucks.
Exactly.
Oh, they are battle bucks, huh?
Lenny, how can you be a native Faunch but you pronounce the S in Fossolar?
Managed to learn information that important.
She just asked. Look at where we are by not asking.
Has her ways. Many of
The
them
answer
ignore
is
our
because, of course,
information, and we
being a
never get
Russian
chance to
asset,
see
he
her,
does
so
not follow
we trust
L'Académie de
her
Fontaine.
conclusions.
Ooh, good point.
Hmm.
It was this information
He can pronounce it
That's
however
true.
he
That was,
wants.
that was the real indicator. That's what tipped Fossilor off.
Exactly.
is related to that secret.
So it's all
I mean,
Well,
She's like,
makes him a member of, like, the regular Faunch people, though. Not even the Faunch, like the Academy Française.
Yes.
Fossilor's like, no self-respecting Fontenoise would say streamer or weekend.
Oh
It
my
would be
god.
like- it would be like animator river player.
Yeah.
Oh god, what's the official French word for weekend?
Fin de semaine.
Yeah,
So
that's,
end of the week.
that sucks, but it's not the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like 3 more syllables, not literally, than weekend.
How could a country that's so pro-worker not have a word for weekend in its native tongue?
you don't need to worry.
I like
too
that
much
Lacrise is
about it.
one
She's
syllable.
just asking for a report on the child's predicament as a means
Wait, what was that again?
Father
The
used
strikes.
situation as a
I thought that was
pretext to
Laclave.
negotiate with
Oh,
two
Laclave,
powerful
I mixed that up.
officials in the court of Fontaine.
What was
She
Lacrise?
just
Lacrise
wants
was
to be able to make
Crisis.
concessions on this
Yeah,
matter
yeah, that's Crisis.
elsewhere. Almost
Yeah.
like
You know, what the Fontenois are dealing with.
Sometimes you need an excuse to do things.
The
you
troubles.
And a harbinger is more valuable than you might imagine.
It's so good. She doesn't actually care about his welfare. Once again, like, Child is just the appointed patsy for the other harbingers.
Of course.
Always.
I love that. I love that
So
the villain
good.
group has like one of our highest ranking members is just our designated patsy, where they're strong enough that they'll be able to take care of themselves, but too weak to actually like factor into our plans.
He's just some
like
kid
his-
that we all bully.
Yeah, his rechristening his child is literally a tag-along kid who says, I can do it on my own. And
Yeah, they're like, sure we can, buddy.
I wouldn't go that far.
it's like literally, it's like if they made a DreamWorks movie about the Harbingers, he would be the comic relief kid who gets like all of the social media attention, but is like actually pretty horrible when you watch the movie.
He's a Onceler.
Yeah, he's the one that the younger fans are meant to thirst over.
That's not what I was going for at all. I was saying he's more like Iago.
Yes.
What's the difference? No, kidding.
Yeah, no, that tracks a lot.
That was a bad example. There's definitely worse ones. More like that chicken from Moana. That's for the example I should go for.
It should have been the pig.
We talk a lot about Disney for people who are not actually like huge Disney fans on this channel.
It's because we're 90s kids and we were evangelized to Disney from birth.
It's true.
And
Why would you? This is a perfect example. Why does this need to be a line? Linny is thinking pretty hard about something. Yes.
Thank you, Paimon.
I'm assuming it's because they're not confident in his like thinking emoji animation that's pre-canned, even though they could easily just do that and then do a camera zoom on his face and just spend a couple more seconds on it.
And also you can tell from the line and the way it's read that he's pondering.
Just tell them everything, why don't you?
It's okay to
Unrelated, but does the teardrop tattoo mean he's already killed someone?
That's what we asked about in 4.0 when we were playing it, and I think the answer is yes.
Yeah. He's only human after all.
These two are in fact assassins.
I was prepared for the worst, but you were actually more agreeable than I anticipated. Since Lynette and I arrived here, most people just clammed up and wouldn't talk. You should be aware of that.
A forbidding zone?
Good. That's the most suspicious thing about the fortress that we... Oh, look at the time. You two must be hungry.
Oh, that's just what Paimon wanted to hear. Paimon's starving after all that work today.
Paimon, I have pockets full of chicken.
And somehow it has not gone bad yet.
I have like 8 bowls of bouillabaisse hidden somehow in my pants pockets.
Oh, I still gotta make Nuviette's consomme dish.
That feeling when you have an entire pocket dimension in your pocket that you can just climb into, but because of your infiltration mission, you can't go in there without anyone getting suspicious.
What's that teapot?
Yeah, a guard just turns a corner. Oh, great, a teapot. They like put water in and start boiling it. And you're like, why is it getting hotter in here?
Oh God, the floods. Sorry, you guys. I feel like we're not as funny as the last stream. I mean, me mostly.
I think we're doing fine, right?
Good.
We're in the chill.
Ah, fuck.
We're just vibing in Meropide at this point.
We are vibing.
Hey, look at all those levels.
Oh.
Why don't they let you select the floor you actually want to go to? Why do you have to do one at a time?
Oh, there's no waypoint. There's a waypoint.
I think you're still one floor down.
Yeah, I forgot where I am.
Okay, just go to the so no, not that one, the one to the left of it.
There's nothing stopping me from leaving.
Okay, yeah, go to that one and then just jump down.
Yeah.
Welfare meals?
Welfare meals. You know, bread.
Kind of like your welfare roles or your welfare characters, a thing that Genshin famously... Well, now Genshin's had some welfare characters, but they've always been in
Oh shit,
side.
thank you for reminding me that it's the anniversary login stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yum, yum.
Yeah, claim that Mora. That's not true either. Genshin's given them plenty of free characters. It's just they all happened at the beginning of the game.
No. Lynette and Cole.
That's true. But like the requirements for unlocking them are still relatively early on. Like if I popped in a new account, I could probably get them in like a couple of hours.
Oh, I gotta do the new commission thing too. I love this system. In any live service game, like anytime you can double up on your normal chores, it's great. So I really enjoy the new like commission credits.
Oh, hey.
Huh.
I don't think I got that.
Contribute to it?
I think it's a lot of it's treasure chests, and I think it's also quest like progress.
Oh, okay.
There's also exploration stuff, yeah. So like doing treasure chests, doing Sealies, solving puzzles, like that kind of thing.
Yeah. I did it for the first time the other day, and it seemed like you had to do a fair number of chests to fill it up. Like, it's not a 1-for-1, which is a little disappointing.
Paimon, the good food we had was the beginner's banner.
Exactly.
That's how they get you into Meropide.
Wow, it's good bread.
You think so, mate? If I had a coupon for every fish who said that.
Yeah, it was kind of it did feel like it kind of breezed by as far as this year's anniversary. Although
Yeah.
I know they did do another like big fan video thing. I have so many of those to catch up on.
Seems you fishies still haven't learned your lessons from your life up on the surface.
And I love those. Like that's like one of my favorite things that MiHoYo and the Genshin fandom do. And I just forget to watch them.
If you take things at face value, then by the time you reach a dead end, you won't even know how you ended up on that road in the first place. Like, everyone's been telling you to just follow the rules and not cause any trouble for yourself. What they don't tell you is that the rules aren't exactly what they pretend to be. The truth is, this place has a lot of hidden rules.
Huh? Hidden rules?
Not everyone knows about those rules, but whether you know them or not, once you break one, you might encounter something even worse than death.
This quest.
Really? Oh, now you're really scaring poor Paimon, don't you?
Of course. And I'd say that just disappearing would be one of the better outcomes.
Oh, you mean that if there really are hidden rules, then Child's disappearance might have something to do with that? In that case, would you tell us some hidden rules?
Come on, mate. This is valuable information.
Number one optional rule: don't drop the soap.
Oh no.
Number 1 hidden rule: we don't talk about hidden rules. Number 2 hidden rule: we don't talk about hidden rules.
Yeah, I know. Moreover, you're new fish, freshly caught, and completely out of your element. I'm usually around the rag and bone shop.
He left. Just like that. Huh. Do you think he's just trying to scare us into buying fake information from him?
Ooh, what happened with the FNAF creators, King Alex? And yeah, that's definitely like the coolest thing. Hoyo does just support creators. It really like
It might be a good place to start in our investigation.
it's done such a good job leveraging the power of fandom, and I think it's because like they say, like the people who run Hoyoverse are otaku and they love fan generated stuff, and they realize that it's a really valuable word of mouth vector.
Getting the voice actors on board to do like streams and stuff, like, is a really good idea.
Yeah.
Especially the ones that are like a little bit. Well, sorry, there are a number of them who weren't well known before Genshin, but have been able to like leverage that into other stuff, which I think is good.
Brad. A lot of pedos and other drama. Ay.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Kids, please be skeptical of everyone that you interface with online.
Mm-hmm. Because of like the rise of social media, where it's expected that you're talking about like yourself and have your name and your face up there, I think we've really, as an internet culture, come far away from like the stranger danger culture that like we grew up with in the 90s. So like we really need to get back to that now.
I saw this thing, like some kid on Twitter was like, the company like looked up my name, found my tweets, and I did not get the job. And I'm like, why would you tweet personal stuff under your name? And just, that was such a cardinal rule when we were growing up on the internet, was like, never tell anyone your name. They will instantly come to your house and kidnap you.
Too slow.
So Paimon just confirmed with the guards that our shift is set for every morning. And we're
This is just a Golem game.
it seems like
Oh my god.
Just do.
Okay, so what's the deal with that game? Because I've only heard the rumors, and I haven't, you know, for as funny as like, you know, a terrible game Sonic 06 style or Balan Wonderworld style could have been, I've not actually seen anything from Golem yet. Like, what's the deal with Golem?
It's literally this. You're Golem, you're in a prison, you do chores. It's like super menial, it's buggy.
They weren't kidding. Credit coupons really can be used to do anything here.
And it has about
Is
this,
that
this
seriously
pacing.
it?
Yeah, from what I'm seeing.
Oh. Yeah, that's the one thing about this. I really want to know what they looked at and what they were trying to do with this, because this is one of the few times where I'm just saying that. Oh, hang on.
Oh, we still have our boys.
Oh,
Bobble.
right. Forgot about that.
Whale noise, very subtle. That was a fun thing that I wasn't expecting out of the last Archon quest, is we actually got an explanation for like Child's whale-shaped attack.
He saw the whale and was inspired.
He's like, look at that.
Are you awake, traveler?
I remember that speeds. I remember them like upcharging for like Cinderin.
What's wrong? You seem to have something on your mind. Did you dream about something last night?
Yeah, the whole game. It looked like a $20-$40 game, and it was a full ass 60.
This was for Golem?
Yeah, for Golem.
Yeah.
Like, granted, I've only seen what Vinny Vinesauce has played and put on his channel, so I don't know if there's more than just like the prison segment, but it is just like this.
Yeah,
I
so
feel like
getting back to what I was. Oh, go ahead.
I feel like games, there's always a trap of we want this to feel like a place of tedium, but that's not fun.
Yeah.
Like, it is. You have to be a very good designer and also not kid yourself about how good you are as a designer to like use unfunness intentionally.
Is that it? Child's vision! Maybe the
Like, yeah, just thinking back to like the microwave hallway, at least they did a split screen where it's like, that's probably the most like tedious, boring gameplay you could have, but it's like interlaced with cutscene happening.
Yeah.
So it's really more just like kind of a playable segment. And it's like, yeah, the character is suffering and you can visibly see that, and it would be terrible to go through, but at the very least it's still cut as like entertainment.
King Alex A has been the cause of problems for like 2.5 countries. I don't ever want to hear that Inazuma didn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
And our investigation has its first major breakthrough.
You know what place doesn't fucking matter? Leeway.
That's
Well, it's
kind of
always
true.
because they're always going to make it matter by sending us every
Yeah,
few
like
months.
we'll go there a lot, but it's not going to do anything interesting.
It's not going to affect the rest of the world the way that Inazuma and Sumeru has.
Mm-hmm. And it has no excuse for not affecting the world, unlike Mondstadt.
Mondstadt's too drunk to affect the world. Leeway is a fucking commerce center. It should
Yes.
have more of an impact.
Yeah, it's literally Manhattan. Well,
I'm still waiting for the Regrader to show up in Leeway.
yes. You mean Xingqiu's brother? Dun dun dun.
I'm really hoping.
If that guard Fielding catches us skulking about, he should.
That wasn't very bank of you.
I'm a fight man, and even I know not to fight man at the funeral.
Butts in gear and get to work. Time's a wasted.
I'm gonna make him explain things to me.
Job is to use the machine. You step on the pedal when
Oh, he actually did. God damn it. The only time wasted was my own. Shit.
Oh no.
Get back to gear making, gear maker.
This is like the factory
yeah.
in the Weird Al movie where it's just like, we always thought you would go work at the factory. I don't want to go work at the factory. And he works at the factory. And
Yeah.
they never ever show what they're making. It's just people just performing tasks for no reason.
Yeah.
I would rather this be like a UI based puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
We put all our gameplay engineers on underwater traversal, so we didn't have time to make anything fun.
You really only have to attack it when it's red.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the chasm.
This is a chasm.
I'm on speed. But after so many shifts, it seems we're really getting the hang of it now.
Hey there, fellow shift mates.
All you do is float around telling me what to do.
Oh, hey there! We've seen you before. Your assigned workspace is really close, isn't it?
My tolerance for Paimon ebbs and wanes, and right now I would like to buy DLC to make her go away.
That's right. The name's Rowan. This past few days, I
$50.
couldn't help but notice the new faces working nearby.
For $50 a month, I will stop!
I've been working here for almost 15 years.
But the second you stop paying, I'll be back.
Me chief.
And I'll have a lot of pent-up energy, so I'll actually double the amount of things I say.
Let me fill you in on all the stuff I was going to talk about before you paid me to leave!
Alright, Chief. I'll be sure to come to you first.
Did you just ask about the rules? Pretty sharp for newcomers. You've already heard about the rules, huh? Who'd you hear it from? Alright. Truth is, you two keep working like this?
Huh? Wait, there's a...
Well, it's usually...
Alright, so here you go. You work too hard and something bad
The
happens.
conditions of the hidden rules are usually pretty specific.
I become a rollable female Genshin character.
Bad things happen. If you work continuously in the production zone for 3 days, and if all you do besides eating and sleeping is just work, then something bad will happen during lunch on the 3rd day.
Huh? Like what? Oh, don't scare Paimon!
If I knew that, then I wouldn't be standing here talking to you, now would I?
You mean, even you...
Right, so word of advice on this, like, anytime one of these rules comes up and the notion becomes, let's test it and see what happens, just immediately do that. Don't do anything else that'll speed this up.
Okay.
They say that there was a worker who worked way harder than me. He was one time, he tried to test his limits and worked his... He disappeared into thin air, as if he'd evaporated.
What the... How could that happen?
Unfortunately, we were assigned different.
He disappeared into thin air as if he evaporated, almost like he was melted by magic Fonch water. But that can't be happening, right?
I think I'll be fine, Rowan.
Are you thinking that it was...
Oh? You...
Yeah, I agree with Chief.
Yeah, Mythbusters. Paimon, I'd rather try to die than keep doing this.
Garbage. Ooh. What would you like to do this afternoon?
Right, so I think the option
Persona.
might be here.
I would like to go work.
Credit coupons, here we come.
Oh god, did they really just like put you in a loop of this until you work 3 days in a row?
There's an option that comes up at a point that's like work for 3 days in a row.
God.
I don't think that was actually it.
Good. Here you
Fuck.
Go. Remember to give me the. Let me have a look.
Oh, good. Tomorrow. Oh, right. Oh, we're in a case, technically.
Yeah, this is the one time where I'm like, no, this is bad though. I loved the storyline of the last Archon quests. Like,
yeah,
they were great. I loved everything about them. They were awesome.
It was super good.
Yeah, so go for the continuous.
Production zone.
Look who decided to show up. Get your butts in gear and get to work. Time's a... Oh? What?
Sure. Nice! We did well today. Let's keep it up.
Yosh. That's good shit, Speeds.
Just a big prison.
That's it. Paimon doesn't even have the energy to talk anymore.
Yeah,
Paimon was reacting. Paimon was reacting to British food when she was like, "Oh man, this sucks."
So I think the biggest issue here is that it's like, this is all completely intentional. Like, I see what they were. I have some idea of what they were trying. Don't think it's landing. Where it's like, okay, here's the prison. You got to investigate it. You have to manage your time. You have to figure out how to like optimize your credit coupons. Look around. You know, figure things out. But at the risk of spoiling things, I'm not going to talk about the second part of this yet. But you know, when we get there, I'll convey the rest of this thought.
What?
Child's head.
What in the world is this? Is this stuff meat? But it looks and feels so bizarre. What kind of chef would make food like this? What do you think is going on? Is this
No, it was definitely world building for the prison. It's just that, like, I think that the tone they were going for was undermined by Risley's introduction. So in my head, I'm like, cut that part. And then the repetition of all of this could just be done through, I don't know, something that...
Like talking...
loops.
Talking to other inmates.
Yeah.
Like, if they wanted this to really, like, build out the prison as far as a setting, then they would have us working on a chain gang and talking to other people.
Well, and also, I mean, the
and
thing
then, like,
is that,
and like gaining their trust over time and blah blah blah.
Yeah, and the Fatui triplets are here. It's like I kind of want to be talking to them because they're the interesting, you know, rollable characters who are generally more interesting.
Yeah, they're
like,
not out punching
anytime
widgets.
There's a playable character in this section. It's actually great, but there's so few of them.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's eat this purple crap.
Is your stream elements running? You better go catch it.
Oh no, come back! Oh no, there's a world quest in the prison. Cry.
Oh yeah, I accidentally started it when I was swimming by the prison, and it I got caught in the spotlights.
Oh, fun!
It instantly teleported me into the prison and was like, "All right, you're being held for trespassing."
That's really cool.
So it asked me at that point, it's like, if you do this, it's going to suspend your Archon quest progress. So what do you want to do? And so I said, all right, suspend this world quest. I'll come back.
Yo, Bran, what is this? Oh, I can just get a lunch from him. Damn it.
That's funny. I think I cheated an extra meal out of him during that scene somehow.
Nice.
Oh, hello. Nomi. Sorry, I couldn't help but think of. Oh, it's hard to say. Maybe I am.
Wait.
Oh, I'm always indecisive, and I tend to make a mess. It's like a reflex.
Oh, it's not that he is harsh on them. It's just that he is so perfect and cool that everyone is nervous around him because he is so perfect. Fuck off.
Yeah, yeah. It's like, sure, I'll believe that.
Ugh.
I mean, I will in the setting of Genshin. I'm just like, but the more conversations like that, the less I believe in this as like an actual place.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly, Speeds. These are just like, these aren't movers and shakers in the plot. They're just here for this one leg of it.
Environment design is great here, though. I will say that. Like, the visual are great, and this is honestly more what Fontaine would like, you know, just as being a little bit grungier and a little more steampunk. Like, it's very pleasing to look at.
Mm-hmm.
It's just Rapture.
Well, technically, Rapture had more windows.
Yeah, I'm kind of missing the windows from Rapture.
Yeah.
I would like more instances where we could see outside. Also, how do people get their vitamin D?
The vitamin
Really,
don't.
welfare meals. I mean, I think you're looking at how they get their vitamin D.
She just gives them injections.
Risley should give vitamin D injection.
Wander.
Oh, I see what you did there.
The delayed reaction was what made that.
I'm not a stupid fucking idiot.
We're playing Genshin, aren't we?
Yeah, that's true. Fremine is...
Oh, Oh.
Unfortunately, being underused even here.
He could like
'cause-
he could be in a scene like rigging up a penguin with a bomb.
Definitely take care of ourselves. Thanks for the
Yeah.
reminder.
And we really haven't gotten to know Fremine at this point in the quest either. Like, if correct me if I'm wrong, but he doesn't even have a stage, right?
What? You cut out there.
Oh, excuse me. Does Fremine have a hangout event right now?
No, he doesn't. He doesn't have anything available to him, and he's only shown up like that one time in the first Archon quest.
Yeah, we really have not seen a whole lot of him, and he kind of became a little bit of the face of the region, just a tad.
He's a
With the
shy
underwater
boy.
portion of it. Yeah,
He's a shy man.
I know, but it kind of feels like we should have like gotten to know him a little bit better at this point, or at least had the option. I mean, again, this is all moot once.
Especially because he's the first guy in like the Fontaine teaser trailer. It was him like in the abyss.
Yeah, he's kind of the flagship character, and was even attached to the other flagship characters as their third sibling.
Yeah. He's really the Peggy to their Skylar sisters.
If Peggy was
and Fremy.
Peggy had her own spin-off a little bit. Or feels like she should have had her own spin-off.
Jesus. Oh. What? Oh, no, that was the wrong landmark.
You did
Bye,
it, you escaped from prison.
suckers! Fuck you!
Your security doesn't account for teleportation, Risley.
You idiot. Okay, it's this for?
Hang on, Rowan had something to say there. I mean, you can also go for that item, it's fine.
Oh, I was injured a bit just now. Nothing.
Rowan, what are you doing here in this prison where we all live and can't go anywhere else?
I just knew you would say that. This is pretty embarrassing.
Oh, you mean she...
Yeah. The rumors say that there's never anybody in the infirmary in the half hour before lunch, and nobody knows where Siege Wing gets.
Why do they pronounce it Siegewin? Shouldn't it be Sigwin?
Himmel.
I don't know. I'm just going with what the game says at this point.
No. Yeah, you're right in terms of the naming in the universe. It's a weird. I don't know. I guess we like kind of went over. It's like, hey, they've said in past like discussions that they're trying to be sincere in their cultural depictions and inspirations, but then they just kind of do little things like this where it's like they really could fix that.
Well, what's funny is that we know from that interview with Ningguang's VA that they explicitly walked all the voice actors through the Li Weian pronunciations. So they were like, we are making sure you do a good job on the Mandarin, and then for everything else, it's just fuck all.
Yeah, it's just you figure it out.
The Melusine perceive the world very differently from humans. As a result, their sense of aesthetics and beauty is
I just realized how...
very different from that of humans. This must
I love how
be taken into consideration when giving gifts.
the Melusines have weird, like, vision and perception, and that's used to, it's like, it's part mantis shrimp eye, part, like, explaining impressionism.
This all sounds pretty serious. He sure did his homework.
I really just liked that onboarding to like the Melusine with Ma Mère. Like, I thought that was a great idea.
It was so good.
Yeah. I really want Ma Mère and Albedo to meet.
Me too. Make an event. They could do some plein air painting together.
Yeah.
Also,
they
thank
could
you.
invent cubism.
Thank you, Mamere, for feeding our Paimon is your ankle bracelet from Celestia theory, because she's like,
right.
Paimon looks like a rainbow, which makes sense because that's white light broken up. And she has like a tether reaching up to the heavens. Like, yeah, it's because she's our little parole officer.
I was worried
And you look like a monster that could devour the world.
Yeah, and I'm
From
like,
Machiavelli.
and I'm like, I'm trying to.
To work all the time. Have you also been investigating?
No, I was just slacking off, and you happened to catch me. My brother is still obsessed with anything remotely related to the Forbidden Zone. Oh, before I forget, this is for you.
Huh? Credit coupons? Why are you giving us these?
I've been here longer than you. Coupons aren't a resource in particularly short supply. What is in short supply are...
Aw, that's so nice of you, Lynette. We'll be sure to make good use of these coupons then. Thanks a
I like how Lenny is a cat boy, but the cat genes are recessive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just... There are no less than 5 different varieties of cat people in the Genshin world at this point. There's even a dedicated conversation between 2 cat people realizing they were not the same category of cat person.
That was the best.
And then if you can't be a cat person, just fake it.
Kyona's like, what, you're not like a super old cat that got yokai powers? Diona's like, no, I just have cat genes. They're both like, what the fuck are you?
Weird, yeah.
I would like to get to Act 4. I might take a break for a meal, though. I feel like, how much more of the bad part do I have?
It drags on for a fair amount of time.
You gotta get to... There's one more sort of major set of clues you have to investigate, so I think that's going to be another maybe 30 or so minutes, and then after that you get sent to Act 4, and it picks up a little bit from there.
Yeah,
I'm down.
Act 4 is reasonably good.
I'm feeling pretty confident. I'm also like making sure to not lollygag or waste a bunch of time, so...
Oh yeah, no, we I was just looking at King Alex's comment there. Yeah, we saw information about what happened because of Lynette being a cat person, and that's exactly what we were kind of mentioning earlier, where we're just like, wow, this game can actually get pretty dark when it feels like it, but it doesn't always feel like it.
Wait, why is she a cat person?
Well, it wasn't so much like...
No,
actually, I don't know the reason why, but I know the fallout of it, and
I'm interested in the first part of it.
You can't just ask someone why they're a cat person.
I'm asking King Alex why Lynette's a cat person. Also, dude, I've gotten so many comments on the Arlecchino, like, child soldier accusatory shit post. People being like, but she saved Lynette from a pedo. And I'm like, yeah, the child soldier step is optional, though. That doesn't make her a great person.
Arlecchino, man.
I'm your dad.
I'm your dad.
I'm your dad.
Built different. Built different. I'm built different.
I want both of your comments to be a reply that she gives in her hangout. Why are you a cat? She's like, what's the word? I'm built different. And she like backflips.
Shoves an entire cake into her mouth.
It's like, technically I can eat 3 of these in a day.
She's like, well, I guess I'm qu'est-ce que c'est built different.
She's like, yeah, funny thing, because of the cat genes, I actually can't taste sugar, but I really like the texture.
Wait, you're right. Oh, it said that these cat-like features are inherited. That's so fun. It just like pops out sometimes. Boom, cat.
Hyman's gonna take her time and savor every bite. What would you like to do this afternoon?
I was right, it is a recessive gene.
Mm-hmm.
I love that for her.
Yeah. Lynette's a good little bean.
Yeah.
The Michael to Linny's Job.
I feel like they've definitely gotten better at like pairing their 4 stars with 5 stars. So even if they don't get like the full spotlight a lot of the time, it's like by association you can kind of have like a 5-star in their entourage.
Yeah. Also, it's nice to have characters that have like relationships with each other, like sibs.
Yeah, exactly.
Or wives.
Yeah. And like it's relevant too, because it's like, oh, you have Tignari, who is like the big ranger, and then you have his apprentice, Olay, who has like her own stuff going for her.
I love that. I love their little family. Ew! Why do I have that catalyst on? Jesus Christ.
Why do you?
What am I, a farmer? Alright, let's change this.
What catalyst was it?
Sacrificial fragments and not one of my, like, big boys. Sorry, Yanfei. It's only business.
Nothing personnel, kid.
All right, let's learn about the fighting arena.
Yay, Pancration, like Marisa from Street Fighter 6. Rusimov.
Did the Panopticon in Freedom Wars have a fight arena?
No, because like your job was just to go out in combat every day.
But there was a PvP mode. I remember
You must be the traveler.
at one point I fought Rad and one of our other friends, and I was losing really badly, but I started employing like the use items like landmines to get a couple of fun tricks in before dying horribly.
But
Nice.
We have a game here that'll let you show off your strength, and you'll even earn some.
If we lose the game,
Also, congratulations, we are...
reality facing every competitor in a place like the Pancration. Okay.
I can't see the time.
Let me walk you through the rules.
3:30.
All right.
The targets in front of
2:30,
you
and was this the
pop up
first time we
one by
mentioned
one.
Freedom Wars?
No.
You'll need to
Damn
hit the targets in the same order. If you can
I mean, Panopticon, it's gonna happen.
This is what the Pancration is! No! No, this is training, right? This isn't actually what it is.
I don't think they actually show the Pancration.
Of course not. That would require animations, and despite the fact they have more money than God and plenty of studios to outsource art asset creation, they don't put animations in this game. Okay,
real talk, I get the feeling this was a real hard patch for them to put out. I feel like they stalled for time on this a little bit.
I kind of think so too. Like, I'm now cautiously hopeful for like what 4.2 is gonna have. Like, maybe it's just gonna be like a huge production. But more likely not.
I think that there's going to be stuff to look forward to, but this really could have been one Archon quest, and I think maybe just like the promise or the weird commitment they had to doing 2 was like a little too much for them this time around. Anyway.
Apparently, Honkai Star Rail is doing its 5-week turnaround for its next patch. So 1.4 is only going to be a 5-week event, and then we're going to get 1.5. So they're back at that.
That makes sense because it's not as hard to make stuff for Star Rail. Summer event minigame level.
Your strength really shouldn't be underestimated. Nobody who values their life would be
Your
willing to
strength
go
at
along with
hitting these dummies.
That's right, I forgot. We are so OP, we are not allowed to fight, so this is all we get to do. We get the Weenie Hut Jr.
That's stupid. That's really stupid.
the outcome of
It's like a Weenie Hut Jr. within a Weenie Hut Jr.
It's super Weenie Hut Juniors.
Yeah, exactly, Speeds. And like, the Traveler has never shown that they can't like show restraint or prevent themselves from killing anybody. In fact, there's like plenty of people in quests and world quests that we have battled to the point of surrender. So like, this fear that, oh, like, we could go too apeshit on someone and our sentence could be extended, and we'd rather not have that, so we won't fight at all. Like, that makes no sense.
Just go talk to Rusimov.
The funny is, like, they could have done the parry contest here.
There's a big
Like,
is it because it's unarmed and so like they didn't want to make animations?
That's not clear.
Just watch a few matches and
I don't think they show that. I mean, they do refer to everyone as boxers, but yeah, no animations take place in the Pancration Ring yet.
Yeah, they could just say, oh, we just fight, and then have the parry contests just done like verbatim.
bet at random, huh? Well...
Huh? We shouldn't get too carried away. What's the problem?
What do you mean you don't want us to bet?
What?
That's what this game is about.
Never even picked a boxer before, and you already know about the rules.
This whole game is gambling.
Not just strong.
We're really ordering off the hidden menu here.
You already know that much. Plus, I think you've got the
Yeah, Neapolitan shakes and animal style fries. Let's go.
Let's go.
I'll get my wellness meal animal style, please.
Besides, I don't risk ever losing a customer like you.
Yeah, that's
I have
crazy.
like a fucking 20 by 20. It's like, what? Are you serious?
We don't do that anymore.
We don't have enough beef in the store, sir.
You know we have to make that if you ask for it, right?
Sign this waiver.
Okay. The hidden rule here is something bad will happen the next morning.
So the rule is that we shouldn't pick both boxers in the same fight. And what do you...
How would I know? Not like I'm stupid enough to do
Uh-oh, you gotta fix the fight so that you only lose credit coupons.
Did he support both boxers? Is he stupid?
There was a boxer who possessed incredible skill and power. However, the final match, the organ and he was never seen again. Some say he died.
Was he from Notlan? Was this a luchador? Was it Mil Muertes?
In his eyes,
I'm wondering if it was Risley.
match would dishonor the competition
Oh, yeah.
itself.
Because he's a pugilist.
It's like
True.
a curse? He'll take vengeance on anyone who does that?
I bet he had a cool wolf mask.
No, he was always wearing a mask, like he was intentionally trying to hide his identity.
Wait, sorry, did someone say Mil Muertes and that just passed over me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Traveler,
Wow.
do you think that boxer was...
The only guy we know who boxes? Maybe Paimon.
You're not serious, are you? Look, here I was just trying
To the only guy we know who boxes. Picture of Hazo.
Ah!
He doesn't box. He does like whatever his martial art is.
He kickboxes.
Yeah. Okay, I guess.
Seems you've made up your mind.
He does kung fu.
Paimon, okay?
Betting on both fighters will set you back about 3,000 credit coupons.
Oh, I think I have enough. I'm glad I didn't pay to skip the chores.
Yeah,
Aw, looks like we
It was Sarah!
as long as we're here.
She came in to vent her frustrations.
Yeah.
she decided to go to the underground boxing ring.
And like just stomp a bunch of prisoners.
Exactly. She's like, this is illegal in Inazuma.
The dawn of a new day. Paimon feels like we're getting used to life as convicts.
But yeah, just on the notion of being able to earn credit coupons doing other jobs. That's another thing I take with this, where they constructed a whole system to earn these credit coupons and keep track of them and have this screen here. But it's like, to what end? You know, it's not like there's any real choice going on here. We have to do everything in order to advance. And, you know, I think we can get like a couple of like little Chuck E. Cheese prizes with some of the credit coupons. But I mean, like, it's nothing better than we could, like, anything we can earn in the overworld. There's no real,
After working here so long,
like, cost benefit, you know, trade-off here. It's just do the story and get through it as quickly as you can.
time can get old pretty quickly. How are you holding up?
Bedrock, are you asking us about her kit?
Yeah, it's good to kick back and relax once in a while.
She just like throws a smoke bomb to cause pyro damage, and then it just summons a bunch of child soldiers.
Exactly.
Mhm.
So, Cybik, in relation to the cafeteria shop, I did see those in there, but the thing about it is, I'm pretty sure that once you're through with the quest and just play a couple, I mean, you can still earn credit coupons post storyline, right? So I'm assuming that I could just go down there, you know, jump on a couple of the mini games for a couple of minutes, earn whatever I need to top myself off, and then be done with it.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, like, the recipes are really interesting from like a lore perspective and people's special dishes, but I mean, they're not a great prize, even if they were limited.
Here, I'll help you out and give you a little suggestion. Even though the Grappler is the crowd favorite, Demon Horde is a first-class dark horse with incredible potential.
We found Chumpkin's guy.
Anyway, this match.
Le Grappler.
Yeah.
For both fighters? I can tell you're new to this, but maybe you don't quite understand the rules.
Don't mansplain betting to me. Both fighters. Stat.
All right then, if you're absolutely sure.
I have to do like a cleanup on the coupon business to get those recipes. But yeah, I can't imagine they would be limited to the Archon quest, because the potential for people just not accessing that menu and not seeing it, or
Oh, look, we do sleep on the same bed.
Aww.
It's so cute. Paimon looks like a little dolly.
Next time you buy something,
Yeah.
go pick it up yourself. I'm not a delivery man, you know.
No one asked you to do this.
If you want us to pick it up, then notify us.
Mm-hmm.
oh man, what's in the package?
Child's
What could it
head.
be?
Child's head.
Is it a cake with a file in it?
It's the Gnosis.
It's the Gnosis. That would be amazing.
That would add a lot to this story if that's what they opened it up and found. They were just like, well, what does it mean? Who did this?
Yeah.
The hottest goods you could possibly have. Better get rid of it. Oh god, they have different currencies for... That's evil.
The illusion of free choice.
So, if you if you grind out a bunch of coupons in the AQ, they're worthless. Like, they want everyone to start at the same level. Blah.
That's terrible.
Is that Fanta?
Blood. Oh, it's the new flavor of Fanta. Remember the guy was like, I'm trying to make new flavors?
Oh yeah.
Just a small bottle. But the color of the liquid inside looks so wrong. Almost like...
Drink it, drink it, drink it.
Yeah, do it.
That's enough of that. No need to say it out loud. Paimon already knows what you're trying to say. Ugh, no way. Get that stuff away from Paimon.
Either's like my sister would drink it. She would not break eye contact either.
Just to address like what you guys were talking about in chat. Yeah, I mean, my hope would be that Arlecchino would have a real unique kit, given that that has been the trend with the Harbingers, but you never know, because, you know, deving is hard.
Yeah.
She can read the minds. She can read the mind of any child character.
I'm hoping
and then characters just stop showing up because we saw how they handled that mind reading.
Exactly, exactly. They do something that's like super ambitious and has to be continuously updated, and they just sunset it.
I'm hoping that she's a pyro support just because I love Benny, but he's been on my team since like the beginning of the game.
Yeah, it's crazy the volume of just like Benny, Shang Ling, and Xing Shou being the only characters that truly matter in this game as far as like having a functional team.
Yeah. It's like, who do you
Like,
want to
some of them
play
are, like-
as? Pick them and then pick these 3 yahoos.
Yeah, because I mean, like, Yelan is essentially the equivalent of a 5-star Xing Chou.
Yeah. And she goes
Like
fast.
we are 3 years into this game now.
They fucked up.
We're entering into year 4, and it's just like, yeah, these guys are still rock solid. Like, just
still incredibly
insanely
relevant.
good. Because I guess the alternative is power creep, right? And I feel like that's worse.
If there's no way to send it all out.
I mean, yeah, no, and I like that, you know, just due to sort of availability in the game, like, it's relatively, like, they're still in the, you know, like, monthly rotation of characters you can get with your, you know, pity currency, star glitter currency, so it's still relatively easy to get them. But, yeah, going back to this Bedrock, it's real hard to tell, because the thing is that, you know, if you had asked me what Scaramouche's kit would be when he was first introduced, I'd have no indication of being able to tell you that his whole gimmick would be flying. So until we really see Arlecchino do something, it's gonna be tough to really know. She's not giving any tells. There's nothing I could look at on her character that would indicate to me what she would be proficient as like a secondary kind of newish mechanic.
Well, I mean, yeah, because again, with Scaramouche, when we first met him, he was Electro. He wasn't even Animo. So for all we know, she could get melted by the magic Faunch water, reconstituted, and now she's Hydro.
Yeah, it's true. And that's it. That's her true power. The power to melt, just like Meltman. From Action League Now. Yeah, only 90s kids will remember.
I don't even.
Kablam can't be on the air because Angela Anaconda licensing made it so they couldn't rerun it anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she ruined licensing. She ruined that one kid's parents' marriage.
She ruined licensing. She ruined the Digimon movie. She ruined the kid's parents' marriage going to the Digimon movie.
Is there anything Angela Anaconda can't ruin?
This is a very deep cut that I don't think most of us understand.
I'm looking at my OBS the way like Jim would look at through the camera in the office and going, you can tell how detached we are from any of this. It sounds like you guys aren't either, because I see you guys having your own conversation about like actual interesting game stuff while we're over here talking about
Angela Anaconda, yeah.
Welcome back to the Shade Chamber, where we only stream the worst Genshin content.
Yeah. To Speed's point, though, like, I feel like a lot of kids, like, they didn't really know what they were doing at 1.0.
What's the opposite of engagement?
Disengagement?
Yeah, I guess.
Because, like, a lot of the scaling off of, like, specific values that weren't attack, like weren't present at 1.0. Like, Hydro being, like, primarily HP scaling, usually something to do with auto attacks. And now HP loss, like, all that wasn't there.
Well, and at the time, the focus just seemed to be on, like, getting a character in each element and kind of giving them to the player base so that you could, without Dendro, obviously, because that wasn't introduced until Sumeru, but, like, to just give a wide variety of characters that could apply the elements, but not necessarily any thought to their skills beyond that. And so now that we're much further in the game and we have that basis of characters, we're starting to get into like the deck building characters of like, okay, this character's Hydro, but they have a very specific effect that they do with Hydro. So you have to like take others into account there.
Yeah, because every character designed before the game's launch is a total crapshoot because they don't know like how people are actually going to play through it.
Yeah.
Like when the game launched, like attack scaling, like attack percentile scaling was like the go-to for every RD set. And now the game has reached a level of complexity where it's like, well, it depends on the character in terms of what scaling attribute you actually need, because it's all deck building.
One thing I saw there,
Underground Fight
Speckle
Ring brought to you by Pepsi Cola.
Anyway.
Yeah, by Pepsi, by Crystal Pepsi.
They're literally trying to sell Code Red. Like, that's what we got a bottle of.
Code Red. So Speckle, to your point there, because I did see you mention, actually it was yeah, about nerfing the power trio. They're never gonna nerf any characters in this game because that
they would have nerfed Ganyu by now. Yeah,
it would cause way too much of an outcry.
People paid money for those characters and it won't go over well.
Yeah, exactly. Like the one time I remember the buff to Zhongli, and that's it. But it's like it feels a lot like, you know, if you just get into the game in your current state, that's not really ever going to change. Like, I think I've seen the least amount of buffs on these characters out of like any gacha game I've seen.
Well,
yeah,
I think part of that
nerfs.
is, like, because it's deck building, it's like sometimes they'll introduce a character with no obvious use, and then down the line they will introduce enough artifacts and weapons to make that character useful. Like, I remember when Yai came out, I was like essentially just seeing her as a worse version of Raiden, because EM scaling wasn't really a thing at that point. But then when Dendro rolled around, it's like, oh, suddenly this character who used EM scaling meshed really well with other characters who used EM scaling a whole region later. Like,
yeah, like the way they buff Genshin characters is introduce another character.
Well, introduce another character, introduce an artifact set, or in the worst case, introduce a 5-star weapon.
Dia will have her day in the sun, mark my words.
And like, that's the thing, I definitely think she will. Like,
she's great with Scaramouche. Like, she puts down that pyro field and she gives him gray health. And she's fun. And she can break rocks.
I remember the Rosarian nerf.
Those boobs were way too big.
We ended up here without even thinking about it. Want to grab something to eat?
Like, she just looked really stupid.
Alright, but remember that we bought this time with coupon.
I don't have a real opinion on this one, but I will say a false advertisement.
Shut up.
My rights as a gamer are being infringed on.
My vagina bones have been erased.
During that entire last conversation, I was like trying to think about like how to integrate actually not integrate so much, but I was thinking about like how Genshin will never nerf characters, and in the meantime you have like the Warframe devs and they're just like talking about every minute change, including the fact that Hydroid cannot melt anymore, unlike Arlecchino, who will totally melt.
Yes. Hi, Yumemi. I've been here for 16 years, like the Count of Monte Cristo.
Like Jean Valjean.
And Jean Valjean. Oh god, what do I pick? Let me get out of here.
Hang on. Okay, so you're done with the Pancration Ring and you're done with the production zone.
Mm-hmm.
Go investigate and see if you can find what's his name, Whatchamadingo.
Yeah, I think the game might even, like, since you've done both of them, I think the game might even spit you out to the investigate, even if you were to pick another one.
Nope, it was the opposite. I got sandbagged on the
really?
investigation.
You're really getting the hang of, but just playing the same game over and
Okay.
Okay.
You're not allowed to make choices. Only Paimon's allowed to make choices.
Thanks, Paimon.
Anyway.
Oh, thank God.
But yeah, we're still in the kind of not so great part of this Archon quest, and it's gonna remain not so great for a little bit longer, and then like all Archon quests, it's gonna kind of speed up near the end.
We have a mysterious bottle of Fanta Code Red.
A mysterious bottle of Fanta Code Red and a box full of weird purple meat.
Mm-hmm. I'm a baby god. I can like go into Risley's office and shake him down for answers.
Okay, you're done. You're done with Archon Quest 3. It's time for Archon Quest starting now.
Holy fuck.
we better pick up the pace with our investigation, otherwise we'll never get anywhere. Yeah, let's
Oh my god.
It's over now.
It's over now.
Oh, I thought this was where they just dropped the title card. Maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah, I don't think it's over now.
I mean, it does start to speed up from this point.
Down we plunge to the prison of my mom. Down that path into darkness deep as.
Your noise canceling totally ate that.
Good. Perfectly cut screams. The Rizzler.
Okay, there it is. There's Vidoc. Monsieur Vidoc. With his vocal fry.
Monsieur Vidoc.
Seeing you at this time must mean you've already saved up a lot.
All right, I actually need to
He
get
sounds
going
like a
for
male
little bit.
Kafka.
Enough to skip work.
Yeah, I was
So
about to
I
say.
will be back.
Alrighty.
Alright.
I will
Catch you
actually.
later.
I think I might break for like 30 to 60 and get myself a food and a stretch. So.
Okay. Well, I will pop back in later when I'm available and see if y'all are still on.
Excellent.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, Momder.
Have a good one.
Yeah, later.
My goal is to become the next Hokage. I mean, Duke.
Very impressive.
Vidoc like.
Yeah, Traveler's dialogue is always kind of a weird situation to be in.
And it's always in like places that aren't that impactful.
Leonid and those other pesky broke urchins have all gone to work in the production zone. I wouldn't want them listening in without paying up.
We get it.
So, you know those pipes that make strange sounds? Don't
Yes, I know the pipes, Vidoc.
Even
Don't.
Yeah, Vidoc and Kafka really rival each other for vocal fry.
Yeah, just making fish and chips in this vocal fry.
Something even more terrible. Like what?
NPC VAs have always been really good. Because a lot of them are gunning for playables. Like, it's actually kind of crazy how often you'll just get like the audio performance of a lifetime to this just like static shitty NPC guy like mouth flapping.
A group of cannibals.
Yes.
King Alex, what mistranslations were you talking about specifically? Because I think that would potentially shed light on like how this whole thing works out.
Rumor has it they might be connected to the people that have disappeared here. But what's even scarier is that they have a special proclivity.
Oh, that's what you mean, Spickle. Yeah, I get. Just, you know, you could just keep the game running and then suddenly like a text box shows up so you have to press a button again.
Did you understand? Yes, no.
Keep them in the fortress forever.
Did you say one part of a sentence, but actually continue it in the second part?
No, the first choice is, did you say one part of a sentence, ellipses, and the second choice is ellipses, but actually continue into the second part.
I know what you mean by other forms. So that's what's going on here.
I would eat a person if it meant I didn't have to do this. I didn't ask to do that video on cannibalism.
Skeptical. No matter.
Did that happen?
Knowing the truth behind dark
Yeah.
secrets
I'll have to check that out.
necessarily a good thing. I've got things to do too. I suggest you just
Yeah,
This quest is crazy for what a downgrade it is from 1 and 2.
Yeah, we kind of opened up the stream talking about that a little excessively, because just 3 and 4, like I was eating on 1 and 2. I was really into those first, like all of patch 4.0. I couldn't put it down.
That was a
That's a lot,
fantastic
'cause, you know,
patch.
we have to, you know, play this game a lot to talk about it on the show. Sometimes it, you know, takes a little more effort to get through it than some parts. This part takes effort. 4.0 did not. I loved 4.0.
That was all a joy. This is like, we should be like hanging out with Child. I guess he is disappeared. Did
Stay away from me.
Yeah, but we should be hanging out with the Fontaine triplet. Like,
yeah.
Yeah. Or getting Risley over.
Exactly.
Even though I mean, even though I
Right.
guess technically they got Risley over, but they also got him over at the part, like the point in the story where they shouldn't have been trying to get him over.
Mm-hmm. Huey, Dewey, and Louie over here looking pretty suspicious.
Do you think they might just be trying to lure us in? Oh, this is all getting way too creepy for Paimon. So you mean we still need to investigate some more? Okay, if you say so.
Because 1 and 2 made a lot of sense for the investigation. They were engaging, like different theories we're going to present in different formats, and it's your job to go investigate them. This one, the nebulous, you know, like you know, it's like go to a prison because Child was sent there and he disappeared. That's a great start to this, but then it just turns into all of like.
It's about momentum, and you lost so much momentum from Act 2. And
Yeah, 'cause,
Genshin
like,
will
now-
always lose momentum between acts just because of the update cycle. And so not getting right into it is kind of crazy.
Yeah, like right now our clues are mystery meat, blood soda, and cannibals.
And it's not like there's so much you can do with Fontaine. It's such a rich setting that like it's not like they were scrambling for things to fill 3 patches worth of story.
Criminals like you ought to be working right now.
Cannibal by Shalamo. No. I do actually agree with Speeds' point in the chat though. Like Act 4 does begin to pick up by the end, but the momentum loss is real.
Spickle, I cannot tell you how fucking funny it is for Dawe to be like, this infiltration plotline is very original, and then have this game come out months after Gollum. That is the funniest fucking possible outcome.
Whatever happens at night isn't your concern. All you
Yeah.
need to worry about is getting enough sleep. Really? And now that you mention it, I recall my.
If we get to 10,000 subscribers by the end of this month, Gollum speedrunning stream.
We will do it. That's a threat and a promise.
There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month. And it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days.
Welcome back to Gollum, brought to you by that one Genshin Impact podcast.
I advise you not to try anything funny, though.
Don't worry, we don't want any time after our sentences.
I mean, that's fair, but we did have like another way start of Mondstadt when we were going after that liar.
All of the
Which is also-
Genshin stuff should be original. They shouldn't be retreading stuff.
Which is crazy too, because like they had the sneaking animation in the trailer, and that mechanic is not present. Not that I want it back; it was pretty terrible. But like, even by their own sort of like metrics, they have reused assets that do not make it into this quest where they directly address that.
Yeah, I agree, Yumemi. And 3.1 was a little bit of a slog, but even then it still had more stuff. And it front-loaded it with some action, like when Nahida's Catherine body gets obliterated. And then we
Even then-
gaslit a woman into worshipping a dead god. Which
But
was
even then,
awesome.
like the intrigue was pretty crazy too, because like I know that like the first Archon quest was a lot of just running around, but the notion of the Akasha system and like stealing the USBs was one thing, and then the entire time loop section that could have dragged, but just trying to figure that out was a really compelling mystery, in my opinion. Anyway.
Yeah.
Here we go.
A beautiful thing the mind of a child is. He's doing all the infiltration that we're supposed to be doing. Hey guys, can I eat people too?
Can I join the Cannibal Club?
I'm so bored. I want to be in the Cannibal Club.
Yeah, actually, Speeds,
I agree.
Leeway Archon Quest was pretty bad, but I'll say this much: their trajectory since then has been so much better. Like it has just sort of been like a net improvement, chasm aside. That like, you know, getting this kind of pacing at this point's a little disappointing.
Damn it, I should have taken a screenshot of when it said I saw a child in my dreams again. All right, Break, you're gonna have to get that.
I think I might have lingered on that specifically for the content later, but I'll have to double check.
Fantastic.
I might have taken a shot of that as well.
Oh, it would be better with Lumine anyway.
Look, it's not time for us to get moving. Just be careful to avoid the patrolling guards.
She's like, I wonder how that asshole's doing. He's probably in the 3rd trimester by now. My boy's in the pipes. Not even the prospect of like rescuing one of our favorite characters in the game can save this. Just like, oh, child needs help, whatever. I hope he has fun.
I know I used this joke earlier, but to be fair, we are in a plot line where because child is not on screen, we're child.
Yeah. This is my first playthrough. All the other trolls have played it by now. I'm playing it through completely blind. Well, blind except for seeing the churls and people on Twitter say this blows ass.
I know you. You were the ones we saw.
Huh. You've got guts showing up here. You know who we are, right?
Also Yingar, yes.
Yeah, Yingar. The best actor from the room.
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming here to save you.
Sorry, Chad. I got to apologize. We're making a lot of work for no one.
Even more so than usual.
Yeah.
There are a
This
lot
is
of
the stuff
tangents.
we cut from the episodes.
There are a lot of tangents we just cut, and now, like, you know that you're not missing anything. This isn't even new discussions for us. This is shit we tell ourselves amongst ourselves, like, millions of times.
Yeah.
We only have 10 jokes.
See if we can count them.
Make those rumors a reality at any time.
Hey, what's the point of all those rumors anyway? What exactly are you trying to do?
I don't have to tell you.
The cannibal of Meropide is here.
Saw anything? Then I'll pretend that you never
Inside my mind.
Scram. Nothing worth seeing here.
I think my favorite part of this AQ was the fact that the guillotine is the portal to Meropide. I think that is extremely cool. So, like, they literally, you get your sentence and they drag you out to the guillotine. Except in that case, you're going to live in this boring hell prison.
Huh? What did you say?
So something about that, Speeds, it's just, it's that ongoing thing that we sort of theorizing about where they want to make the world quests, wow, the world quests stronger at this point, I think, because my impression is, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think you can access them almost at any time, even if you're not far into any of the other corresponding Archon quests. So for a lot of people, that's going to be the game content until they actually reach the, you know, corresponding story point.
Yeah, it's true.
All right. I guess that's proof enough for me. I believe you.
But also, Speeds, it's not like there's a limited economy of number of times they can make things tie into each other. Like, we could be delving deep into Alan and Jakob right now. Like, they didn't have to take us off the path this hard.
We gave him the business for a while and would always give him a hard time when he first came to the
I really wonder if they're going to come out and say that Renee is Dottore. At this point, I'm pretty sure he has nothing to do with this region, because there would have been more hints of him, but, like, man, that would be good if they did that.
Yeah.
You could always see how amazing he was, even when he was teaching us a lesson. So eventually, we all decided to follow him.
I mean, it makes sense for people finishing up Aranara like leeway, and
find a way to escape this place.
it's a good way to just get a lot of adventure quest experience. Frankly, it's like you have a little storyline going, and it promotes the exploration, which is kind of the best part of the game. Like back in the day when it was just Mondstadt and Leeway during that first week, I explored like maybe 80% of Leeway to get the experience I needed to continue the Mondstadt quest.
People's fear of the unknown. But has a child already escaped?
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It leads to an abandoned factory area. And even if there were a way to escape from there into the sea, we're still way too deep. No one could ever reach the surface alive.
He's a vision holder, you shit. He can breathe.
Boss still insisted on going.
Can he breathe when you're holding his magic rock? That's the question.
That is the question.
So we told him that we'd pretend as if he never existed while he was gone, and that if he wanted to come back, he should wait for nighttime on a pipe cleaning day.
So you come and wait here through the night a few times a month just because of that promise?
Yeah, I mean the Renee and stuff was so good that I wish that there was like kind of more tying stuff into, you know, World Quest and Archon Quest, or like there was more of a marriage between the two. But also, I'm not the one who has to look at the spreadsheets for like all of the event triggers that take place in the game, and I'm sure they've, you know, weighed the cost and benefit of all of that and are just like, yeah, we could add a couple more lines of dialogue connecting these, but frankly it's just too much, especially with a growing game. I would like to see them sand down some of the edges a bit more, though, because yeah, those World Quests are so good that,
like,
you know,
like connecting stuff is actually just so cheap and easy that I'm shocked that they don't do it more. It's like, oh, this guy knew Marianne's Taylor. Like,
left by going down from here.
I'm already slightly more interested.
Full of water at the time. Later, we came back hoping to have a look. It's impossible to navigate.
Do you think child?
yeah, I mean, I would prefer that as well, but I also think that like there's kind of a limit to how much, not what they can do because they have a lot of money, but I think what they're willing to do as far as like, I guess trying to like tie those all up into a nice bow.
Oh, Remy time.
Seems like it's now that we can finally
Okay, there it is. Quest complete.
Holy crap. So I might take like, oh, right into another one. How dare you? I might take 45 or like an hour and resume this. Up. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm gonna wrap this stream up. Say there'll be another one at 5 where I do the rest of it, and then I'll see you guys then. Does that sound good? I know we're on a delay. I'll wait.
Yeah. For us churls, that's good.
Mm. 5 Pacific time. So that would be in an hour. Or like, 50 minutes. Because I am feeling pretty good about this. I came into it knowing it was crap, so I kind of paced my energy accordingly. And honestly, thanks to the churls and the chat, this is a lot more bearable because we could just kind of shoot the shit about stuff.
Yeah, this was a good time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, cut it off now. You guys have been great. I will see, hopefully, most of you in an hour when we get to the good shit. Alrighty. See you guys later.
Catch you all in the next one.
Yeah.